Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Everyone. God level undead, the country will take me to rob the tomb. Chapter 41. At this moment, there are thousands of people in the square. However, not everyone is aware of this small local conflict. The entire square is too big, and each small group is doing its own thing, either meditating, reading, or formulating strategic plans. Professionals from several provinces similar to Liaodong province looked in horror. The craftsman killed it directly. Just crush him to death. This is too cruel. This Han Binbin can be regarded as the first person to die this time. In some respects, he is also the first. After beheading Han Binbin, Lin Chuan sucked his hand and took him into the space of the dead. At the same time, he put away the storage module and all his equipment. It is Lin Chuan's habit to seize treasures after killing people. Lin Chuan, you actually killed Han Binbin. You got into big trouble. Come together and avenge Binbin. The remaining members of the Han family rushed forward. On Lin Chuan's side, Luo Lin and Zhao Cheng also took action. Lin Chuan, let me help you. Are there many people bullying the few? Brother, I'm coming. Zhao Cheng is also the only professional. Although he comes from a small place, he is generally above average. Lorraine too. The sword energy circulates, the sky comet dragon roars and spits out flames, and the battle is about to break out. But the truly powerful one is naturally Lin Chuan. With a flick of his fingers, the passages opened one by one, and then sharp swords slashed out. Those were all slashes released by Musashi and Tianyu. Tianyu, that is a quasi-war god level, facing ordinary geniuses, that is not a random killing. Chi-Chi, the sword flashes across the board, killing everything instantly. Bang bang bang. In less than a minute, all the geniuses of the Han family were wiped out. Lin Chuan moved his hand and accepted the corpse, preparing to extract their talents and skills after they were resurrected when they were strong and had a long lifespan. More than 20 geniuses from the Han family died just like that. Didn't make any waves. Throughout the training camp, no one took care of it. There really are no rules. Kill as you please. Lin Chuan took out their scorecards. Each gave Luo Lin and Zhao Cheng 50,000 yuan each, which could just be used to buy tickets for the second floor of the Dragon Tomb. And he himself also collected an additional 130,000 points. In the direction of Jinghai, some people who originally wanted to deal with Lin Chuan had their Adam's apple squirming at this moment. They were shocked by Lin Chuan's strength. He knew that it was absolutely impossible to deal with Lin Chuan now. At this moment, only the top players in Jinghai have a chance. However, the top players in Jinghai have not shown any ideas for the time being. They wait a little if they wanted to take action with Lin Chuan at this time. First, nothing good can be gained. It would be better to go into the Dragon Tomb, gain the opportunity to strengthen his strength, and then deal with Lin Chuan with a crushing attitude. Second, they are not absolutely sure now and are afraid of overturning. As for Lin Chuan, he is not a murderer to begin with. After entering, he can just kill a few targets according to the list. Lorraine, Zhao Cheng, let's go to the Points Mall to have a look. Zhao Cheng said happily. Haha, with the 50,000 points given by Big Brother, I have just enough points. Lorraine smiled and said, I have an extra 10,000, so I can see what treasures there are. This time, many people made way for the three people from Haibing City. Although they were born in a small city, no one dares to underestimate them now. Because they have shown absolutely terrifying strength. Lin Chuan and his party left. The four heroes of Liaodong suddenly felt regretful. I never expected that this Lin Chuan would be so powerful and not inferior to them at all. If they had stood up to help Lin Chuan when Jinghai came to make trouble. Maybe you can win over a strong person. Thinking of this, Su Yaoyao suddenly regretted it. At the same time, he also complained more about the arrogant Zhou Houken. This week, Houken was hostile because Lin Chuan had been in the limelight recently. And he despised Lin Chuan because of his humble background. In the end, who would have thought that he was so powerful that it was simply ridiculous? He wiped out the geniuses of the Han family in 1 minute. With this strength, he could compete with the top players in various provinces. Tang Ji stared at the backs of Lin Chuan and others with sinister eyes and asked the people around him. He practices hidden weapons every day and has no time to surf the internet. He doesn't know what happened to Lin Chuan recently. Who is this person, so awesome? Master Tang Ji, this person's name is Lin Chuan. He is a rookie and comes from Haibing City. Tang Ji frowned. Haibing City, that's not the border of Liaodong, a place where birds don't shit. Because Haibing City is closest to the mountains, it is the place where the beast tide is the most serious every year. Therefore, its development level is in the middle and lower echelons in the entire Liaodong. Then, Tang Ji's men said something more about Lin Chuan's feat. For example, after killing a level 41 professional, the power behind him destroyed a large family in Tianhe City. Tang Ji, the head of Tianhe City, is just a level 51 god of war. Looking at the god of war echelon, we can only rank at the bottom. As for killing a level 41 marksman, I can do that too. The forces behind Tang Ji are related to the top assassin organization, the Tang clan. The Tang sect was considered a first-rate force in Daxia, and Tang Ji had never been afraid of competing for background. But Tang Ji didn't have the strength, let alone the courage, to kill all the Han family's trial geniuses. Su Yaoyao. It's a pity that such people have been missed by us. Zhou Hoken said dissatisfied. What a pity. This is a madman. When the trial is over, do you think the Han family will let him go? Han Binbin is Han San's most beloved grandson. The entire Points Mall is extremely huge, with 7 floors and a huge area, like a stadium. As soon as Lin Chuan and others arrived, they saw someone stealing the treasure and running away as hard as they could. That person was pretty strong, at least at the level of Xiyang and Zhao Cheng. And beside him, there were several helpers responsible for blocking the guards. The man was holding several second-floor tickets in his hand. His eyes were red, all buffs were filled up, his essence and blood were burning, and he ran wildly outside. He does not plan to use these tickets for himself, but to resell them, and they will definitely be worth a lot of money. Unfortunately, when he was about 10 steps closer to the gate, he was caught by a guard and beaten with a stick. Bang bang bang. The calves were severed. However, those accomplices who did not have any treasures in their hands were not counted as accomplices. The young man was beaten so hard that he fainted on the spot. He probably would have completely lost the chance of this trial even if he woke up. It wasn't until now that the people at the mall discovered it. Although the mall allows stealing, you must have the strength, otherwise you will lose more and more miserably. Zhao Cheng and Luo Lin were so frightened by the ruthless attacks of the guards that their faces turned pale. Lin Chuan, on the other hand, was a little excited. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The man stood outside the store and immediately cast a spell. 10 dark transmission passages appeared in the store. Puff puff. A large number of bronze-armored zombies, including General Musashi, Anime, and Shikigami Tengo appeared together. All the undead, under the control of Lin Chuan, went to snatch the 5-second level tickets from the guard. Lan He, who was sitting in the mall, opened his eyes. There is actually a quasi-war god level. A strong premonition gave him insight into the crisis. Buzz. Bang bang. All the shelves and counters in the mall are covered by indestructible glass mechanisms. Protect against theft. The mall guards took action. All of them were strong men of over level 40, and easily killed the undead summoned by Lin Chuan. But, there are too many undead souls pouring out of the 10 passages. In particular, Shikigami Tenyu is fully capable of fighting those guards. Boom! Shikigami Tenyu found an opportunity and punched the guard's body, knocking the ticket out of his hand. The 2 ghost dancers moved around and grabbed the 5 tickets. Lan He, interesting boy, but I can't let your undead out. Lan He took action, and the cold blue ice surged out instantly, freezing the walls of the Points Mall. After doing all this, Lan He breathed a sigh of relief. Wouldn't it be very embarrassing for him if someone breached the Points Mall so quickly? Lin Xuanxiang, you freeze the wall, but you can't seal my undead. Teleportation of the dead. The next moment, Ghost Dancer came to Lin Chuan and presented 5 teleportation coupons with both hands. Bang! The black ice on the store wall door shattered, and a group of guards came out angrily. Lin Chuan smiled warmly and put the 5 tickets into the storage module. Lord Blue River, I remember you said that if you take the treasure out of the mall, it will be effective. Do you still want to continue to entangle? Quote. Lan He's face was purple and hot. Although he was instructed by Lei Chan to be a little more cautious, he also decided to allow some people to steal some props in the next few days. As a result, it was less than 10 minutes. 5 second-level tickets worth 250,000 points were stolen. This made him very embarrassed. But Lan He is also someone who can take things up and let them go. Everyone, come back. Boy, you're doing great. What's your name and what city are you from? Haibingcheng Linchuan. Yes, Haibing City Lin Chuan was the first to succeed and stole 5 second-level tickets from the Points Mall. Lin Chuan added 100,000 points. At the same time, the news was broadcast directly throughout the camp in the form of radio. Suddenly, all the professionals in the room were extremely shocked. It was really stolen. The 10 minutes haven't passed yet. Is it because the Points Mall's defense force is insufficient, or is this human demon just 1 foot taller? I directly won 5 tickets to the second-level secret realm. This is equivalent to earning 250,000 points. This person can't be the awakened thief, the thief profession. Who is this Lin Chuan? For a moment, everyone was extremely curious. As for some of the top experts from various provinces, they are interested in the tickets in Lin Chuan's hands. I won't steal points from them all. After all, I have to face the god of war, which may be dangerous, but you have 5 cards in your hand. Of course you can't use 5 cards by yourself. Broadcast to the whole camp. It wasn't Lan He's impromptu idea, it was Lei Chan's plan. It is also to train talents and see if you are a real talent and whether you can keep this hard-won treasure. Lin Chuan currently has 330,000 points in his hands. He looked at the price of renting a villa for one day and found it was 10,000 points. But this villa is not just about living comfortably, there are formations inside, as well as colorless crystals, which continuously provide spiritual crystal energy. In addition to speeding up the recovery of physical strength and dispelling fatigue, it can also speed up the efficiency of practice. Another point is that the villa is very safe, protected by a formation, and cannot be invaded by the outside world. There, you can have a peaceful sleep and get adequate rest. It happened that the trial lasted for 14 days, and Lin Chuan's own points were enough. With a move of Lin Chuan's hand, all the undead disappeared and were recycled into the space of the undead. Classmate Lin, do you want to sell your second-level scroll? I can offer you 100,000 gold coins. 100,000 gold coins, who do you look down on? Classmate Lin, I'll give you 120,000. 300,000, one price. According to the price in the Points Mall, 1 point is about 10 gold coins. How about I pay 500,000 gold coins to buy a second-level ticket? A man from a big family came out of the crowd and came to Lin Chuan and asked. This man is tall, wearing high-end purple leather armor, and is a ranger shooter. Although some of them did not recognize Lin Chuan, they saw with their own eyes that he summoned the undead and beat a guard until he spit out acid. Naturally, one does not dare to underestimate Lin Chuan's strength. This time, if Lin Chuan had been holding the ticket in Zhao Cheng's hand, he might have been swarmed and snatched away the scroll. Lin Chuan, too low. 500,000 is not low, classmate. Yu Sha frowned slightly, a little annoyed because he was rejected by Lin Chuan. Lin Chuan said impatiently, okay, don't talk nonsense to me. The price is 5 million. If you can't get it out, just stand back and don't block the road. Everything here requires points. And don't forget, this is just the beginning. The first to get the second floor admission ticket will be able to enjoy the advanced Dragon Marrow pool in advance. Being one step ahead is so important. The top powerhouses in the 13 provinces are now uneven in strength. If they can get a chance at Dragon Tomb early, their strength can be greatly improved, far exceeding that of the same level. Give me something you don't want. You have mastered some stealing methods and dare to be arrogant. Hand over the 5 scrolls and your points to me. Quote. Otherwise I will destroy you today. The ranger's hands flashed with light, and a pair of ice blue hand crossbows appeared in his hands. He came to Xinsheng Mall early before and did not see Lin Chuan killing everyone. His level is LV 30. Seeing that Lin Chuan is only level 20, he thinks he can suppress Lin Chuan. However, in his eyes, he could only see Lin Chuan's level, and no other information, including combat power star rating, could be seen. Yesterday, Lu Yu also taught Lin Chuan his chaos breath condensation technique. The chaos breath condensation technique, in addition to being able to become invisible, eliminate breath, and walk silently, can also hide one's personal panel. The ranger raised his crossbow and pointed it at Lin Chuan, having just finished speaking his threatening words. How dare you be so presumptuous with me? Aha! Lin Chuan has already moved, at a speed of 471 points, extremely fast. A ghostly figure came behind the ranger and reached out to grab him. Kneel down and speak to me. Lin Chuan's words were extremely domineering and shocking. At the same time, he took action, held the ranger's hands behind his back, thrust his foot out, and pushed the ranger to his knees on the ground. He is obviously a genius, but he has suffered like this just because he provoked Lin Chuan. What a shame. That ranger genius is going crazy. Stop it. Several of his friends became furious and each summoned weapons to attack Lin Chuan. There are no rules at training camp, and there are no rules to stop fighting. Luo Lin, Zhao Cheng and others also took action to help Lin Chuan. Luo Lin's eyes sparkled with cold electricity, and there were magnificent flowing petals floating around her body. Her sword skills were extremely exquisite. Zhao Cheng summoned the Sky Comet Dragon and rode on the Sky Comet Dragon. It was almost like a human and a dragon. He continuously controlled the Sky Comet Dragon to launch fierce attacks. The battle is about to break out. But the ranger has more friends. The situation is not good. Let the person go quickly. Kneel down and kowtow 3 times, or I will never let you go today. Lin Chuan sneered. A few LV-30 trash also want to steal my things. Act recklessly. Wow. Lin Chuan raised his hand and summoned the undead again. The 3-star Musashi General, the Ghost Bow General blessed by the Furious Spirit set and holding a platinum-level weapon, appeared. Join the battle group and directly suppress those people and beat them. Bang bang bang. After a heavy beating, they all knelt down in a row. Lin Chuan, hand over all your points, and an additional 1 million gold coins for each of you, as the price for offending me. Lin Chuan, how dare you do this to me? Do you know who I am? The ranger screamed. Lin Chuan picked his ears. I don't care who you are. How dare you threaten me? It seems you don't want to participate in the Dragon Tomb trial. Bang. Lin Chuan used force on his hands. Strength attribute 9353. Crush everything. Crack. The crisp sound of bone cracking came out. Ah. The ranger's eyes almost popped out. He fell to his knees on the ground and screamed, big beads of sweat streaming from his head. His arm was broken off, and Lin Chuan injected a demonic firepower that could prevent the alchemical medicine from repairing it. If he temporarily loses his hands, he really won't be able to participate in the Dragon Tomb trial. That is the real loss. Musashi, Ghost Bow. As soon as Lin Chuan said these words, the rest of the people were trembling all over and their scalps were numb. Are we going to break our arms? That's not possible. There is only one chance for the Dragon Tomb trial, which is related to the future college entrance examination. Lin Chuan, I'll give it. Don't hurt me, I'll give it to you. You release the power, I will give it, I will give it. A total of 6 people made transactions one by one. You completed the transaction with boxer Du Guang LV-30, and you received 1 million gold coins and 20,000 points. You completed the transaction with roaming gunner Li Nan LV-31, and you received 1 million gold coins and 10,000 points. After all the transactions were completed, Lin Chuan took back the power of the demon fire. After winning 6 million gold coins and 80,000 points in one wave, Lin Chuan was in a good mood. It's the kind of person like me who has a heart as pure and flawless as crystal that won't care about you. If I don't do this next time, if you mess with me again, I will destroy you. Several people kneeling on the ground almost vomited 3 liters of blood. Are you a kind person? What a joke. Your whole heart is black from the inside out. It is 10 times darker than briquettes and Vanta Black, the blackest pigment in the world. Then, Lin Chuan looked around with a stern look. When these rangers took action just now, many people were ready to attack him. You are welcome to offend me. The price is not high, just 1 million at a time. Lin Chuan showed great strength, and no one around him dared to touch Lin Chuan's sight. After being glanced at by him, he immediately backed away. Lin Chuan led the people away, and the remaining professionals were all palpitating. How strong is this person? Fortunately, I didn't attack him at that time. His two summoned undead are so powerful that they can suppress a level 30 professional without any power to fight back. I'm afraid only the top players in each province can compete with him. Returning to the square, the Vortex channel is almost completed. Along the way, many people spread the news about Lin Chuan by word of mouth. Even Tang Ji from Liaodong province had to re-evaluate Lin Chuan. Zhou Houken, the mage of the whole department, came over enthusiastically. Classmate Lin Chuan, you did a great job. You were the first to get 5 tickets, which greatly boosted my reputation in Liaodong province. You are definitely the most beautiful dark horse in recent times. How about we join forces and form a large team of 40 people, what do you think? Form a team, that way you can share some buffs. However, Lin Chuan's experience points will be reduced, and the equipment that explodes will have to be distributed by the group leader. He didn't want to. Lin Chuan. No interest, I already have a team. Not interested in. There was a fleeting look of annoyance on Zhou Houken's face. This Lin Chuan actually refuted his face in public. But he is a man of long sleeves and good at concealing himself. Haha, okay, it's a pity, but you have your own ideas. Zhou Houken turned around with a cold face and returned to the circle of the 4 heroes. Tang Ji took the opportunity to fan the flames. Brother Zhou, that guy really refused to drink a toast and was fined with wine. He actually insulted you in public. Zhou Houken said coldly. TCH, let him be arrogant for a while. After we enter, we first find the dragon marrow pool to baptize the body, and then immediately find an opportunity to enter the 2nd floor. As long as we open the treasure house, we will gain the opportunities inside. The strength of each of us will increase several times. When that time comes, we will be able to fight against the monsters this time, the little god King Chen Mo, and the little fire god Huang Ju. When the time comes, I will make him pay the price. No one can ever mess with my face. Soon, an hour passed. A beam of light burst out of the stone tablet. Boom boom boom. The vortex channel is finally opened. Not just Daxia Kingdom, but at the same time, some countries around Daxia, such as Laowo, Baixiang Kingdom, Tianzhu Kingdom, Delta Kingdom, Yaozi Kingdom and other countries, also opened teleportation channels through stone tablets. However, the space inside the Dragon Tomb is very vast, equivalent to the size of a large province. The transfer points in each country are different. In theory, the chance of encountering them is not high. This is the Rising Star training camp. As soon as the secret realm was opened, all professionals rushed to use the Dragon Tomb admission ticket to enter the Dragon Tomb space through the transmission channel. Lin Chuan. Let's go too. Lorraine was very cautious. Activate the shield skill first. After entering, we may be attacked. Lin Chuan now has 5-second level tickets and 410,000 points. I don't know how many people are coveting him now. He even planned to sneak in and kill Lin Chuan directly. In the Dragon Tomb, no one knows what they are doing, and in the Rising Star training camp, all is said and done by strength. Lin Chuan. It's just a bunch of chickens and dogs, don't worry. With that said, Lin Chuan raised his hand and created a cloud of chaotic mist, which enveloped everyone. Everyone is in the fog and entering a state of invisibility. Lin Chuan himself was naturally not afraid of any enemy. He was just afraid of being set on fire when he went in, or of someone secretly using a one-time forbidden weapon. This was something he had to guard against. Lin Chuan's Chaos Breath Condensation technique only has a proficiency level of 60% for beginners, and cannot hide it from the God of War level, but it is enough here. Everyone jumped in, passed through the transmission channel, and completely entered the world of Dragon Tomb. Copy name: Shattered Dragon Tomb. Level: recommended level 20 to 60. Type: double-layered secret realm. World: Dragon Realm Parallel World Fold. Background: the Dragon Realm, once one of the 10 most powerful planes in the lower realm, cannot escape the fate of being duplicated after being invaded by mysterious forces. The Dragon World is extremely vast and consists of tens of millions of universes. In the final battle, the Dragon World was shattered, and a corner of the Dragon Tomb became an independent time and space. It has become a broken Dragon Tomb today. There are many dangers here, and there are close calls to death, but it also breeds endless opportunities. Endless dragon treasure, or an abyss of eternal destruction, what is waiting for you? No matter what, please pay attention. When you see a white storm on the horizon, don't hesitate to run away. If you hesitate, you will see the most terrifying dragon storm that does not exist in this world. Lin Chuan and others' copy prompts flashed in their minds. Then, they discovered that they had entered an independent and strange space. Here, in the dark sky, filled with nebulae, as long as you raise your head, it seems that you can have a panoramic view of the universe. At this time, a large number of teams were formed at the entrance of the passage and in various provinces. The 4 heroes of Liaodong province summoned their own summoned beasts one after another. That was a giant eagle with a wingspan of tens of meters. Zhou Zan, professionals from Liaodong, please come up as much as possible. We, the top experts, will protect your safety. Zhou Hoken shouted. Everyone, pay attention. Next, I will sacrifice a formation disc. As long as you inject power, the magic circle will be able to unleash super powerful attacks. As the leader, I will reward you with most of the profits from the monsters on the first floor along the way. It's similar in other major provinces. In Dragon Tomb, it's all about teamwork. First, it's safer. Second, the strong can allocate the strength of the weak and at the same time provide some protection. The goals of the strong are all the second-level secret realms. They must save their strength and enter there as soon as possible. Therefore, it is necessary to gather the power of other ordinary and medium geniuses. Of course, both sides are taking advantage of each other. The weak ones take advantage of the team and gain greater benefits. The strong take control and exploit the team. As for talking about protection and the like, it's all bullshit. If we really encounter a danger that cannot be solved, we must all fly away when the disaster approaches. Lin Chuan had no intention of joining the group, he was the king of the undead. One man becomes an army. What is the white storm introduced by the system? Asked a professional from Jinyuan City. Zhao Cheng. That's a kind of disaster, only on the second floor. Lorraine. Some of the information I collected said that it seemed to be an ancient dragon, a terrifying natural disaster transformed by the evil spirits after its death. Lin Chuan. Wraith spirit. If it is really a resentful spirit, then it will benefit yourself. Do you still have the information? I still have some on TikTok on my phone. Lin Chuan. Is there a signal here? No, but I cached the video. Lorraine took out her Apple 15, opened the video and handed it to Lin Chuan. It is a black and white documentary, accompanied by a nice Arthur ditty. As long as it makes a slight move, it can bring the most terrible disaster to professionals. He disappeared without a trace, causing the demise of countless geniuses around the world. Some people say it is a strange natural disaster storm. Some people say that it is the most violent ancient evil dragon. It's the great secret realm, the white storm that shatters the dragon tomb. Sakura Nation's ninja god Yuan Fei Tianyu once commented that no one knows the truth of the storm, because no one who has seen the truth survives. When the Storm Queen of Country D recalled the experience of Dragon Tomb, she would still be filled with panic and tremblingly say, "My storm is not worth mentioning in front of it." Stares upon the temple. Even MacArthur, the famous critic and 5-star general, commented this way. If I were in Dragon Tomb and encountered white lightning, I would immediately drop the weapon in my hand, because at that time, resistance would be meaningless. What is the truth? Why did this terrible storm form? The large-scale documentary Nightmare of the Dragon Tomb will continue to be broadcast for you. Several videos in total. After Lin Chuan read it, he had a general understanding of this storm. It is extremely dangerous. Even several god kings in the world today were extremely afraid of the Dragon Tomb storm when they were young. Although Lin Chuan was curious in his heart, he also knew that if he didn't seek death, he wouldn't die. Teammate Zhao Cheng Dragon Knight LV20 shared the map with you. In the dungeon, the map is not for looking at, but a prop. After using it, a small map similar to an online game will automatically appear in your mind. This map only has one layer, but all the fog has been opened. Several second-level passages on the map are also revealed. Yes, Zhao Cheng, your map came on time and is very detailed. On the map, the monster levels in each area and even the locations of some treasure houses are marked. Zhao Cheng scratched his head and smiled. Hee, it would be great if I could help. Lin Chuan took out 2 second-floor tickets and handed them to Zhao Cheng and Luo Lin. This is a second floor ticket. I won't give it to the others. I will take you into the Dragon Marrow pool on the first floor. There is enough for you. On the map, you can see from some teleportation points that the monster is close to level 50. A little guessing will tell you that there are probably many God of War level monsters on the second level. When the time comes, bringing too many people will be a burden, and Lin Chuan may not be able to protect them. We are already satisfied if we can enter the Dragon Tomb. Well, let's go. Lin Chuan looked in a direction, and there happened to be a Dragon Marrow pond there. There is also a teleportation channel. Lin Chuan and others headed along the main road. Along the way, we discovered a lot of teams occupying the entrance to the passage. There are many teams in the 13 provinces, standing ready, staring at the direction of incoming, and setting up ambushes. The top genius of Luteng Province, level 35 Devil May Cry Gao Mingji, is holding a dark red sword in one hand. A trace of ghostly energy lingers. His entire arm turned into a dark blue ghost hand, with strange words engraved on his skin. Beside him, there were more than a dozen people who were also from Devil May Cry profession. Only the color and shape of the hands are slightly different. This group of people came from the Guichi Gao family, a well-known force in Luteng Province. The professionals in the entire family are all Devil May Cry who have contracted with the evil god. These people may not be the pinnacle of geniuses individually, but their ghost formations and sword skills complement each other, and together they are very terrifying. That Lin Chuan, why haven't you come in yet? He has 5 tickets and more than 200,000 points. If you win, it will be equivalent to getting 10 second floor tickets. Yes, if a dozen of us can enter the second floor together, we can dominate the second floor. There are quite a few teams here who want to deal with Lin Chuan, but that kid didn't team up with the 4 elites of Liaodong. Hey, those people from Jinghai province are actually preparing to sacrifice the decree of the family elders that sealed the God of War's strike. Do you think so highly of this Lin Chuan? With his figure hidden in the mist, Lin Chuan wrote down the Devil May Cry family in Luteng province. There are other teams looking to take on him. Good guy. I'm also preparing to use a one-time weird forbidden weapon. He even took out the sealed God of War strike from his family elders. This actually made Lin Chuan a little scared. If Lin Chuan wanted to, he could kill at least 3 teams, but he would also be hurt himself. After all, the opponent had prepared a blow sealed by the God of War. It's really a bit too much. Zhao Cheng's face changed color. Fortunately, Lin Chuan had used the Chaos Breath condensation technique, otherwise he would have been ambushed by several large groups. Lin Chuan, don't worry about these people, upgrade first. When the level of the 8 pagodas rises, the tyrant's mission is completed, and then some powerful dragon corpses can be resurrected. Lin Chuan wants to beat the brains out of these people, especially those from Jinghai. After everyone quickly ran for more than 10 miles, they finally saw no other professionals. Lin Chuan released the chaotic mist. Empty wilderness, reddish-brown scorched earth. There are groups of Charmanders wandering around. Lin Chuan threw himself over for investigation. Name: Charmander. Type: Dragon Clan, Flying Dragon Species. Level: LV25. Attributes: HP 600,000, Strength 2,000, Defense 3,000. Talents: Flying Bronze, Fire Breath, Silver, Dragon Scale Guardian, Silver. Skills: Small Fireball LV3, Sprint LV5, Claw LV3. Combat Effectiveness Evaluation: 58 stars. Origin: the lowest dragon species, often captured and used as flying mounts. However, due to its small size, it can only carry 1 or 2 people. But don't underestimate their potential. When they grow up, the big fire dragons will have a strong body and a wingspan of more than 10 meters. By that time, their load capacity will make you feel terrified. In a certain wizarding plane, a mage said this in class. Lin Chuan grinned. Good guy, the dragon world's version of oxen and horses, right? From small to large, the only function is to be a mount. A group of small fire dragons quickly smelled the human scent. His eyes were shining, and he flew over with flapping wings. Fortunately for Zhao Cheng Luolin, she could kill a fire dragon with just a few moves. Several other professionals were as if they were faced with a formidable enemy. They used their skills to blast them away, only to be able to knock off 34% of their blood skins. Lin Chuan could laugh, but others couldn't. Even the lowest level Charmander made them work extremely hard. With such strength, naturally they cannot be taken to the second floor. Coming from a city, Lin Chuan led a few people to paint the map on the first floor, which was considered to be the most benevolent thing. Several people in Haibing City are from several big families in Haibing City. There are people from all walks of life. Lin Chuan took them, and their family owed Lin Chuan a favor. The Lin family, because of Lin Chuan's awakening, was destined to be extraordinary. In the future, it is not difficult to join a big family in Haibing City or even become a big family in Liaodong province. Okay, you better get behind me and I will clean up these monsters. Lin Chuan casually threw out several wind tornadoes. Boom boom boom. The terrifying tornado blades sucked dozens of small fire dragons together, and then strangled them suddenly. You killed 35 Charmanders, LV25, you gained 70,000 experience points and 35 points. You have obtained Dragon Fire Bag times 13, Weathered Bone Broken times 7, and Charmander's Bone Fingers times 6. Kill the Charmander and explode a lot of materials. After killing them, Lin Chuan picked 8 of them and revived them. Resurrection. You resurrected the Charmander LV25, and you obtained the talent Dragon Scale Guardian, Silver. Dragon Scale Guardian, Silver, the skin is transformed into dragon scales, gaining a certain magic immunity effect and increasing defense power by 10%. Although it is only a silver talent, its effect is surprisingly good. It has the same magic immunity as Charmander, and it can also directly increase defense by a percentage. After resurrecting, Lin Chuan directly sent the resurrected Charmander to Luo Lin and others. You just ride Charmander. Because they were the undead resurrected by Lin Chuan, these little fire dragons were very obedient and tamed extremely well. Great. With the Charmander mount, the traveling speed can be increased 10 times. And this little fire dragon can also attack. As for the remaining Charmander, Lin Chuan was not resurrected. The strength is too poor to be added to the undead army, and the strength is not even as good as the undead archers. Lin Chuan directly summoned the 8 pagodas and swallowed the flesh and blood of those little fire dragons. The 8 Buddhas swallowed 27 small fire dragons, LV25, and the level was increased to LV2, 35%. You get a reward. All attributes increased by 100. Here comes 100 full attributes again. Upgrade the level of the 8 pagodas, and the rewards are so great. Lin Chuan was so happy. He was flying in the air with the spirit of the wind. Boom boom boom. Balls of tornadoes were thrown out by him, instantly killing all the dragons he encountered. You killed 175 little electric dragons, little fire dragons, and little earth dragons LV25, and you gained 35 experience points. The 8 Buddhas swallowed 175 small fire dragons, and the level was increased to LV4, 21%. You have received a reward. All attributes increased by 200. Including speed, strength, physique, and intelligence, all of them increased by 300 points in a short period of time. In addition, Lin Chuan also acquired some small skills such as electric ball breath and flame breath. Lin Chuan killed and devoured all the way, leaving Luo Lin, Zhao Cheng and others stunned. Zhao Cheng was secretly happy. Luckily he didn't provoke Lin Chuan in the first place. This can be said to be the most correct choice he has made in his life. Half an hour later, Lin Chuan hunted thousands of small dragons. The 8 pagodas have been upgraded to LV7. All attributes were improved by 300 points. Finally, his crazy killings got him the attention of some Lord-level beings in Dragon Tomb. You despicable human being, you actually killed so many of my people. Those are the reserve troops I have trained. When they grow up, they will conquer cities and territories for me in the Dragon Tomb. Despicable human being, you have made a fatal mistake. Roar, boom. From the horizon, the angry sounds turned into terrifying dragon roar sound waves and bombarded them. Lin Chuan clenched his fist, and a 10-meter protective shield appeared to block the sonic attack. Rumble. The sky shook. A level 45 fire dragon king, covered in red color, with a wingspan of 40 to 50 meters. Leading thousands of large fire dragons several meters long, they came overwhelmingly to kill. Luo Lin and Zhao Cheng were immediately trembling with fear. Oh my god, thousands of fire dragons, and a fire dragon king. Brother Lin, it's not advisable to stay here for a long time. Get on the back of my Tianwei and let's retreat quickly. Lin Chuan smiled lightly. Zhao Cheng, don't panic. These large fire dragons, as well as this fire dragon king, couldn't come at a better time. They can just fill up my undead army. The fire dragon king smiled ferociously. Despicable human being, you are truly the most arrogant person I have ever seen. You are not afraid of the wind and flash your tongue. Lin Chuan, the frog in the well. Then, he raised his hand and called. Black mist surges. 3,000 undead archers, Oni Bow General, Musashi, Shikigami Tenyu, Oni Maiheim, and Oni Armor Toad were summoned one by one. The garbage monsters in the ruins of Giant City were too weak, so Lin Chuan didn't summon them. At this moment, the undead army composed of 3,000 people was overwhelming with gold. Suddenly, Luo Lin and Zhao Cheng, including the Fire Dragon King and his subordinates, their scalps instantly felt numb. Lorraine opened her mouth slightly. Here, can the necromancy system summon so many undead? Zhao Cheng looked horrified. My friend can only summon a few undead archers at most. Oh my god, the difference is huge. Roar. The Fire Dragon King was overjoyed. Ha ha ha, boy. You are indeed extraordinary. If I eat you, my bloodline will transform again and I will gain the next level of advancement. All fire dragons obey orders. Charge for me. Kill. Ouch. Thousands of fire dragons covering half of the sky roared at the command of the Fire Dragon King. They are all Western dragons, with wings growing on their backs, and terrifying fire dragon breaths coming from their mouths. Thousands of fire dragons, the hard skin scales on their bodies glowed red, like a soldering iron, with heat surging. Whoops! It swooped down and stirred up huge air currents. Wow! Balls of fan-shaped flames and huge fireballs were spit out by them and attacked Lin Chuan's group of undead archers. In an instant, hundreds of undead souls were engulfed and killed by the fireball. Burned to ashes by the scorching flames. These fire dragons are very powerful. The big fire dragon has a level of LV41 and a combat power of about 150 stars. It's equivalent to the original Ghost Bow General. And there are thousands of them, which is very scary. As for the Fire Dragon King, his strength is even more terrifying, with a combat power of up to 390 stars. It is worthy of being the tomb of the broken dragon. This is just the first level of monster leadership. Zhao Cheng, Luolin and others were horrified. They couldn't help at all in this kind of battle. Lin Chuan didn't need the help of these two people. Zhao Cheng could provide him with a complete first-level map, which was enough. Otherwise, he would just wander around the broken dragon tomb like a headless fly. There are only 7 days of trial in total, and no benefits will be found by then. As for Lorraine, she is the daughter of the city lord of Haibing City. Lin Chuan took her to paint pictures and sold the city lord a favor. In the future, Luo Tianan will definitely give more preferential treatment to Lin Chuan's parents and family. Hundreds of undead were destroyed, and the Fire Dragon King was extremely excited. There was a look of fanaticism on his face, and the 2 short dragon horns on his head glowed slightly red due to excitement. What kind of army of the undead, just like this? It's really vulnerable. Lin Chuan pointed his hand and created a force field protective shield. You guys, get inside the shield. Lorraine and others immediately flew in. Zhao Cheng also entered the protective shield and said like he was pouring beans, Brother Lin. The Fire Dragon and the Fire Dragon King may self-destruct before they die. You have to be careful. Also, the Fire Dragon's weaknesses are in its head, wings, and tail. The Fire Dragon flies very fast, especially when it burns firepower and activates super speed. It can triple its speed in a short time. But it's easy to interrupt their flight. These fire dragons are top predators in the sky, and their vision is particularly sensitive. Therefore, they are particularly afraid of flashes of light. Zhao Cheng was born in the Dragon Yu family and knew the various habits of dragons very well. At this moment, he spoke eloquently, telling all the weaknesses and precautions of the fire dragon. Although it cannot substantially increase Lin Chuan's combat power, it is of great benefit in killing the Fire Dragon King. Lin Chuan. Very good, I understand. The Fire Dragon King roared. So what if you know? If you go against me, all of you will die. The Fire Dragon army crushed him. The Fire Dragon King took command again and launched his group of fire dragons to attack Lin Chuan's undead army. Lin Chuan sneered, "I just looked at your strength. Not bad, you can become my second legion." Fire Dragon King, idiots are just dreaming. A large number of fire dragons swooped down again, breathing fire. This area was covered in a sea of fire, and the undead in Lin Chuan died at high speed again. But Lin Chuan didn't care at all. Boom! Lin Chuan stepped forward, and a magic circle appeared. Resurrection spell cast. Stand up, my warriors. The terrifying power of recovery surged and turned into overflowing black light, pouring into the shattered remains. Even the undead archers turned into ashes can be regrouped and restored to their full potential. As long as it was not a sacrifice injury, Lin Chuan could resurrect them with any injury. This is the terrifying thing about Lin Chuan's undead army. Immortal. Wow. General Ghost Gong, activate all your inspiring combat skills. Let this toad dragon at the bottom of the well know what it means to fire thousands of arrows at once. I have included this fire dragon army. The counterattack begins. General Gui Gong performs inspiring combat skills. After he blessed the equipment, his strength greatly increased, and the range of inspiration covered several kilometers around him. The bodies of the undead archers were glowing, their eyes were scarlet, and their fighting spirit was steaming. They set up their bows and shot arrows, and the arrows rained down into the sky. A shower of glowing arrows, 3 fired per second, averaging tens of thousands per second. That's really 1,000 arrows fired. Tisk tisk tisk. Minus 150,000. Minus 130,000. Minus 150,000. Some fire dragons were hit, and their 3 million health points were quickly drained. Falling from the sky. Normally, these large fire dragons are not so easy to fight. Dragons have very strong defenses and can be immune to various types of magic and reduce damage. Especially since this is the Dragon Tomb, which is their territory. Dragons will get bonuses when fighting here. Even professional teams from other provinces have a hard time killing the big fire dragon. But Lin Chuan is different. There are 8 pagodas in Lin Chuan. This is a divine item that is naturally capable of restraining dragons. Now the 8 pagodas are at level 7. The increased damage to dragons has been as high as 170%, and the dragon's reduced damage to Lin Chuan has been reduced to 77%. Thousands of arrows are fired together, and an average of 30 arrows can kill a large fire dragon. When the Fire Dragon King saw his people, they fell from the sky like dumplings and died one after another. He became anxious and roared angrily. Spit stars mixed with molten magma flew everywhere. All the big fire dragons. Listen to my command. Activate the fire speed talent. Raise the height to a safe distance. All the large fire dragons were burning with red flames, their speed increased greatly, and they flew upward. We are the overlords of the sky and have innate advantages. Your undead are simply not good enough. Lin Chuan. Even Jesus can't keep what I want. The torrent of mysteries. Lin Chuan exerted his power, and all the arrow rain was controlled by him, like a waterfall, rushing into the sky at a faster speed. Boom boom boom. The great fire dragon dies faster. However, some of them escaped to a safe distance. The Fire Dragon King took a quick inventory and found that 1/3 of the fire dragons were dead. Those were the subordinates he had worked so hard to cultivate. Fire Dragon King's 7 orifices were filled with smoke. HMPH. Capture the king first before catching the thief, then I will get rid of your trouble first. The Fire Dragon King's power exploded, his muscles swelled, and his body was wrapped in flames. He was going to take action himself. Boom. Like a flaming meteor, it rushed down from the sky, its claws condensing terrifying power to kill Lin Chuan. Tianyu. Break through him. Yes, I can't wait for a long time. Shikigami Tenyu is a quasi-war god, stronger than the Fire Dragon King. A pull of the sword. He pulled out the Kusanagi sword from the scabbard on his waist. Then it rushed towards the sky. You can't stop me. King-level dragon fire breath. Want me to fight fire with fire? Then come on. Tianyu Junyan. Shikigami Tenyu's body grew to the same level as the Fire Dragon King, and a layer of purple demonic flames was attached to the Kusanagi sword. Boom boom boom. A battle broke out between the two in the sky, and the shock wave shocked the world. Zhao Cheng looked up at the sky, so shocked that his teeth were knotted. like the demon lord in the sky, he is really the Tai Sui god on earth. Is this the true strength of Big Brother? Too awesome and spicy. Quote. Shikigami Tenyu vs Fire Dragon King. Lin Chuan got a little free time, immediately shook his hands and began to revive the big fire dragon. Fire Dragon Legion. Wake me up. You resurrected the big fire dragon, and you got the talent, fire power speed, gold level. Super speed dragon power. Consumes flame energy to gain all-round acceleration, which will cause great damage to the body. If the defense physique exceeds 5,000, negative losses can be avoided. Good. Finally I have a good acceleration talent. But Lin Chuan also discovered it. Resurrecting the Great Fire Dragon consumes very high mana, probably because the Great Fire Dragon has a high enough life level and is powerful. Lin Chuan's blue bars were cutting at high speed. On average, each large fire dragon requires nearly 1% of the mana of the trumpet. This is not possible. There are about 400 on Earth, and there are more than 800 in heaven. There are more than 1,000 fire dragons, and the amount of mana is not enough. Lorraine, Zhao Cheng, throw me some of Wei Lan's props. Zhao Cheng. Yes, brother, I will initiate a transaction with you right now. The transaction between you and Dragon Knight Zhao Cheng LV20 is completed, and you have obtained Master Level MP Potion Gold Level X300, Paradise MP Potion Platinum Level X10. The transaction between you and Baihua Sword Master Lorraine LV20 is completed, and you have obtained Shining Assistance Gold Level times 150, and Blue Ball Return Gold Level times 1000. Master Level MP Potion is a drink. Although it is only 50 milliliters, it has to be drunk to be effective. Below level 45, one bottle can restore 20% of mana, and it takes half a minute to take effect. The maximum recovery amount is 30,000 blue. Lin Chuan's current mana, Wisdom Attribute plus Talent, plus 30% Attribute Blessing from Shikigami Tenyu. There are 250,000. In other words, a bottle of Master Potion cannot restore 20% at all, it can only restore 30,000 blue, and it takes effect slowly. Maybe it's enough for ordinary geniuses. But in Lin Chuan, it is completely insufficient. However, the heaven-level alchemical potion has a good effect. It restores 100% mana, takes effect instantly, and has a maximum mana recovery amount of 1 million. Shining Aid is a regular item, with a fixed recovery of 30% mana, no matter how big the blue bar is, and it is replenished instantly. As for the blue balls, you don't need to take them. Just crush them and you can get a fixed recovery of 10,000 blue balls. Lin Chuan was a little surprised. He didn't expect Lorraine to be a giant hidden rich woman. The price of these drugs alone is over 2 million. Especially the Shining Aid, which is a high-level recovery medicine that most people with money can't buy. This girl can get 300 of them. Tisk tisk. Lin Chuan began to recover. You resurrected the Great Fire Dragon LV41, and you obtained the gold level skill, Dragon Flash LV3. Dragon Flash. Energy bursts, the figure briefly becomes blurred, and a dragon-like movement technique that flashes and sprints at high speed. Here comes another gold level skill. And it is a very rare movement skill in Lin Chuan. The figure instantly becomes blurred. Although the time is short, if used well, almost all damage can be avoided. Very nice. Moreover, there are more than 400 dragon corpses here, which is enough for Lin Chuan to increase his skills to above level 15 again. In one breath, Lin Chuan revived more than 50 large fire dragons. In the sky, the Fire Dragon King's eyes were about to burst. His people were taken away by Lin Chuan and turned into undead. This made him mad with hatred. But Shikigami Tenyu, he is no match at all. The Fire Dragon King is already very strong. Even if Shikigami Tenyu wants to kill him, it will not be as easy as before when dealing with various monsters. Dragon Roar Cannon. The Fire Dragon Dynasty attacked Lin Chuan and fired a fierce and terrifying light cannon. Boom! Shikigami Tenyu flashed and chopped the light cannon into pieces in the air with a single stroke of his sword. Go away, you traitor to the monster world. Shikigami Tenyu. You simply don't understand what a supreme honor it is to serve my lord. But you'll understand soon enough. You thief. The Fire Dragon King was furious, and the temperature of his claws increased, emitting a golden white light, like a calcined iron. Bang bang bang. The battle with Shikigami Tenyu came together again. Lin Chuan quickly took out 25 blue balls and crushed them all at once. The mana level is fully restored instantly. Full of energy and mana. Resurrection, resurrection, resurrection. Fire Dragon Army, wake me up. Lin Chuan opened fire, and the fire dragons that died one after another revived, flapped their wings, and soared again. A full 4 tubes of blue balls were consumed, and more than 100 blue balls were returned. Lin Chuan finally revived all the more than 400 large fire dragons. What follows is his favorite compositing moment. After all, after the synthesis, the strength will increase dramatically. If one can kill the previous 10 at will, the overall combat power will increase dramatically. You synthesize 429 1-star fire dragons LV41 into 143 2-star fire dragons LV41. You synthesize 141 2-star fire dragons LV41 into 47 3-star fire dragons LV41. Big Fire Dragon is upgraded to 3 stars. Combat Strength Assessment. 210 stars. Samsung Fire Dragon. Skills enhanced 4 times. Attributes enhanced by 2.5 times. Trigger the special effects of 8 dragons slaying. Samsung Fire Dragon. Got a new talent. Fury of the Wrathwing Dragon, Platinum level. Rage of the Angry Winged Dragon. Each attack will gain 15 points of rage, with a maximum reserve of 60. Consume anger and transform into furious form, gaining 50% attack speed and 15% all-powerful blood stealing. Almighty Blood Sucking. It can cause any damage and use it to heal itself and restore blood volume. Ah! Lin Chuan's eyes widened. He never expected that the 8 pagodas could have such an effect. The first talent of Babu Pagoda is that when certain skills are used, it will produce a dragon transformation effect. Therefore, his undead synthesis can also be strengthened by the 8 pagodas. The 3-star fire dragon even has the effect of angry wings. 50% attack speed increase. You can also recover blood while fighting. So strong. Lin Chuan was overjoyed. From now on, I have archers on the ground and fire dragons in the sky. Add some more undead in the water, and the sea, land, and air will all come alive. Lin Chuan waved his hand. Fire Dragon Army, crush them for me. Ho ho ho. All 3-star fire dragons roared with excitement. They were flying in the sky, and the horns, claws, and dragon wings on their heads seemed to be made of gold. Looks extremely domineering. Soaring straight into the sky, he immediately fought with more large fire dragons. More than 40 versus more than 800, the difference in number is huge, almost 20 times. But the battle was simply one-sided. The Fire Dragon King's subordinates were so beaten that they cried and howled. Why are they so strong? One can fight 10. Fight. We are more numerous. Fight for the Fire Dragon King. Even if it's self-destruction, I'm going to hit you hard. Boom. An explosion blasted away the remaining blood of Lin Chuan's fire dragon. The skin and flesh were broken open, blood flowed gurglingly, and the white bones were clearly visible. He's out of blood. Da Ji. Rush up together and devour him. We will surely evolve as well. Kill. However, several fire dragons just rushed in front of the half-disabled 3-star fire dragon. Idiot, I'm waiting for you to come here, so die. The big fire dragon launches the fury talent of the angry pterosaur. Bloody aura surged all over his body, and his attack speed was extremely fast. His attributes and skills are stronger than the enemy fire dragon. The big claws fight continuously, and the breath of fire dragon breath comes from the mouth to burn the enemy. As a result, the enemy who was injured by him actually had blood-colored light groups surge out of his body and penetrate into his body. Those light groups are like the highest quality alchemical life potion. The fire dragon was still half disabled just now, with its bones and wings broken and cracked. It was full of blood again, showing a terrifying posture. What happened? We, the Fire Dragon clan, don't have such a heaven-defying talent for recovery. Too strong. We are no match for him at all. The 3-star fire dragon under Lin Chuan is too powerful. One head can 10 at will. The big fire dragon finally managed to explode itself, severely injuring Lin Chuan's subordinates. As a result, he activated his talent and attacked a few times, restoring his health to full. How to fight this? The fire dragons in the sky were all desperate, but what made them even more desperate was their noble fire dragon king. Being beaten by Shikigami Tenyu, his arm was cut off for a whole day. The fire dragon king was completely frightened, and turned around to run away. HMPH. You want to escape. You have no way to escape. More than 400 large fire dragons revived. Lin Chuan relied on his talent to dominate the undead and raise the magic dragon flash to level 15. He rose up in one step and reached the sky. Then he spent 90,000 experience points to upgrade the star bomb to LV10. Raising his hand, he shot a huge star bomb towards the top of the fire dragon king's head. The star bomb of the 5-pointed star is 4 to 5 meters in diameter, which is the size of a car. And then in the air, boom, explode. The incandescent light rushed out suddenly, blinding the fire dragon king. Top predators like them have highly sensitive eyesight, and what they fear most is flash bombs. This super large flash bomb was extremely dazzling, and it exploded at close range. The fire dragon king's whole body was numb, falling from the sky. Lin Chuan, Shikigami Tenyu, use your great skills to kill him. Good. Lin Chuan consumed 2 colorless crystals. Rolling crystal power was injected into Tianyu's body. Tianyu Zan, Chi-Chi. The extremely sharp slash struck at the fire dragon king falling from the sky. Laugh. The fire dragon king is at his most vulnerable, with a lot of remaining health, and has not yet switched to a defensive posture. One sword breaks the defense. Kill instantly with one slash. Boom. The huge body fell to the ground shook, and smoke billowed. The remaining fire dragons were completely desperate and lost their resistance. In Lin Chuan's ears, a system prompt also appeared. You killed the fire dragon king LV45, you gained 17 million experience points, and you obtained materials, Horn of the Fire Dragon King Platinum level ×2. You've earned 1000 points. 1 more than 10 million experience points. 2 platinum level fire dragon horns. These are ultra rare materials for making equipment and arranging magic circles. It has many uses, but Lin Chuan doesn't know how to make equipment yet and has not activated the corresponding sub-professional. On the other side, the big fire dragons, after being leaderless, were completely in despair. They were killed by the 3-star fire dragons under Lin Chuan's command, charging left and right, and killing them continuously. It was bloody and full of killings. You killed 765 fire dragons LV41, and you gained 23.05 million experience points. You have obtained the fire dragon horn ×210, the fire dragon keel fragment ×197, the fire dragon's claw ×395. A lot of materials exploded, and they were all put into the storage module by Lin Chuan. In this wave, nearly 60 million experience points were gained. Lin Chuan glanced at the experience value reserves. A total of 310 million experience points. And his own combat power has reached 870 stars. Most of the combat power stars were provided by Lin Chuan's undead army. Of course, this is only paper data and does not represent real combat power. After all, Lin Chuan has a completely unreasonable killing weapon, the undead sacrifice. With corpses all over the ground, Lin Chuan once again used the resurrection of the dead. The energy consumption of emptying the blue bar several times is also an extremely terrible physical loss for him. When you find the dragon marrow pond, you must take a good soak to relieve your body's overloaded fatigue. To revive the fire dragon king, 1/3 of the mana was consumed in one breath. The black mist surged wildly, the power of the undead rioted, and the fire dragon king, who had been cut in two, was put back together again. He woke up, opened his dragon eyes, knelt on the ground respectfully, and buried his head on the ground. This is a great gift from the Dragon Clan, which represents the most extreme respect. You revived the Fire Dragon King LV45, and you obtained the talent, King Level Dragon Fire Platinum Level. You already have the Fire talent, Tianyu True Flame Platinum Level. Tianyu True Flame and King Level Dragon Fire merge and evolve. You have obtained the King Level Tianyu Dragon Flame Super Platinum Level. King Level Tianyu Dragon Flame. 2 platinum level flames, a stronger flame born after fusion. It has the characteristics of dragon fire and demon fire at the same time. Dragon fire is the flame produced by oneself, which is mostly used to bless the body, enhance explosive power, or act as dragon breath to kill enemies. As for Tianyu True Flame, it is more enchanted to weapons and traumatizes souls. The two flame characteristics merge, and the power surges. Lin Chuan was delighted. This wave of gains was great, and the direct fusion created a super platinum flame. In this case, his various fire skills can be greatly enhanced again. Xiao Huo, I have met the Supreme Lord and am willing to fight for your long-cherished wish, conquer endless territories, and plunder the beauties of the world. Lin Chuan rolled his eyes on the spot. What a god! Gods plunder beautiful girls. This is not my long-cherished wish. Who would have such a heaven-defying wish? Do you think I am the reincarnation of the Prime Minister? You old pervert, almost ruined my reputation. Lin Chuan. Ahem, Fire Dragon King, what are you talking about? Don't talk nonsense like this in the future. When did I want to plunder the beauties in the world? The Fire Dragon King was shocked. The nature of the dragon was silver. In their minds, they want to conquer territory, dominate the world, and then have groups of wives and concubines. The Fire Dragon King thought for a moment and suddenly realized, it turns out that the master is not good at this. He quickly expressed his loyalty and said, "Don't worry, sir, it's just a minor problem. Our dragon clan has many kinds of precious medicines. Not to mention anything else, dragon kidney alone is a great tonic. Let's go to other tribes' territories now and kill them all. It can definitely help you eliminate hidden dangers and replenish kidney water, so that your yang can be replenished and your manhood can be revitalized." Lin Chuan was completely speechless. What kind of brain circuit does this old dragon have? The more you say it, the more outrageous it becomes. Shut up, stop talking nonsense, there is no need to mention this matter again. The Fire Dragon King was panicked. What did he say wrong? Why did you make the adults angry? Lin Chuan, from today on, I appoint you as the leader of the Undead Sky Group. The Fire Dragon King was excited and hugged his paws. Little Huo, you will definitely fulfill your mission. Also, do you know where the other dragons are here? I know it. What are their strengths? The Fire Dragon King had a solemn expression. Everyone is an extremely powerful person, so terrifying. They are on par with me. That's awesome. The result is the same as yours. Lin Chuan probably knew the attributes of this Fire Dragon King, and he was always funny. Okay, after I revive these fire dragons, I will kill them one by one. The Fire Dragon King rolled his eyes and said in his heart, Lord, you don't say anything, but you are very honest in your actions. Listen to what I have to say. It's not the kidneys of other dragon kings who are in a hurry to go. Naturally, Lin Chuan didn't know about this amusing old dragon's idea, so he switched his soul chain to the Fire Dragon King. Although the actual combat ability, the Fire Dragon King is completely inferior to Shikigami Tenyu. But his blood volume and blue bars are far greater than Tianyu. I have to say that the dragon race is indeed a powerful race. The level 45 old dragon has higher attributes than the level 50 quasi-war god Tianyu. After the switch, Lin Chuan's blue bar increased sharply to 1.09 million. And because of the dragon's talent, more than 10,000 mana can be restored every second. Begins to revive again. This time, after consuming only one tube of mana, Lin Chuan resurrected all the fire dragons. Then, there is synthesis. A moment later, Lin Chuan already had 135 3-star fire dragons on hand. Each golden light is dazzling and heroic, hanging in the sky, giving people a strong aura of coercion. The Fire Dragon King looked at his brand new subordinates and felt extremely satisfied. Although the number has been reduced, the overall strength has at least increased tenfold. The Fire Dragon group was eliminated, and Zhao Cheng and others came over excitedly. Although they did not have as much experience as Lin Chuan, each of them also gained several million experience points. Zhao Cheng looked flattering. Brother, you are truly the strongest man I have ever seen. Lin Chuan, you have done a lot of credit for being able to subdue this Fire Dragon King. Without Zhao Cheng's flash bomb reminder, the Fire Dragon King might have escaped. Zhao Cheng laughed. Hee, I naturally know something about the habits of dragons. By the way, brother, what is your current combat power level? Lin Chuan. 900 stars, what's wrong? After Lin Chuan resurrected the Fire Dragon King and a large number of fire dragons, his combat power increased by 30 stars. Reached 900 stars. It's not easy to rise to the stars. The relationship between combat star rating and strength is not linear. A difference of 1 star is not a small gap. Perhaps the difference is more intuitive if the star rating is expressed as a number of layers or levels. Just like a certain skill, the difference in strength between the 870th level and the 900th level is not only 3.3%, but it is possible to be several times apart. 900 stars. Everyone present was almost numb. Why is the gap between people so big? You know, they only have a few dozen stars. As a result, Lin Chuan was almost over 1,000. After Luo Lin was surprised, she said excitedly, "Brother Lin Chuan, if you can reach the 1,000-star combat power at level 20, then you can get an extra talent reward directly from heaven. This is the way of heaven, the reward for all those who reach the extreme level. I heard it's very lucrative. Maybe you can give it a try." Is there such a thing? Lin Chuan rubbed his nose. He didn't know this. In many aspects, he didn't know as much as Luo Lin and Zhao Cheng. After all, they were from wealthy families and could get more information. Lin Chuan thought for a while, and it should still be possible to attack 1,000 stars. Upgrade the 8 pagodas. If you can get the reward of the Great Pagoda Saint King, activate the Balak's descending skill. It seems possible. Impact this extreme realm. It seems that we have to kill and keep killing. Then let me give it a try. Fire Dragon King, you will lead the way. The Fire Dragon King held his paws in his arms. Yes. Hee. We have wanted to destroy those treasure dragons that compete with me for territory a long time ago. The first floor of Dragon Tomb is a vast space, the size of a province, and thousands of miles in length. In addition to ley lines such as volcanic lava, there are various types of geology. In different terrestrial environments, survival breeds different dragon types. Lin Chuan stood on top of the Fire Dragon King, while the others were each riding a small fire dragon. According to the map logo, the Fire Dragon's territory is vast. In addition to this Fire Dragon King, there are other Fire Dragon tribes living here. Lin Chuan pointed in one direction. His goal was to rush to the nearest dragon marrow pond and collect the dragon marrow there. Then along the way, kill some more dragons to replenish your dragon army. Xiaohuo, go in that direction and kill some dragons along the way. Then I will resurrect them, add them to the undead army, and become your subordinates. The Fire Dragon King patted his chest and looked confident. My lord, I will take care of this. Half an hour later, Lin Chuan and others encountered a dragon cave on the way to the dragon marrow pond. At the entrance of the crypt, there is a magic stone door. On the periphery, 6 stone pillars stand, forming a protective circle. The Dragon Clan has its own civilization, and is especially good at magic. The Fire Dragon King looked at the magic circle and immediately rushed over, waving his hand and throwing big fireballs. Lang, you useless old thing. You're so old, but you still dare to claim the title of king. Are you worthy of that? Also, listen carefully, your dragon concubine is so awesome. The Fire Dragon Clan all have bad tempers. And the Fire Dragon King Bayek also used the most unbearable provocation. A roar immediately burst out from within the magic circle. Roar, Bayek, you little brat, you are so impatient. You dare to provoke me, then I will devour you. In the cave, a furious Fire Dragon King, stronger than Bayek and covered in flames, immediately rushed out. His Fire Dragon army was even more numerous, more than 2,000 in total. As soon as he appeared, he saw that Bayek only brought more than 100 fire dragons, so he dared to challenge him. Lang looked funny and smiled sarcastically. Bayek, you dragon traitor actually let a despicable human stand on top of you. Don't be embarrassed. Bayek, what the hell do you know? Lang, oh, if I were you, I would have killed you with a stone. It's such an embarrassment to our dragon clan. Bayek sneered. Too much nonsense. Just accept your death. Lang laughed. With your more than 100 large fire dragons, ha ha ha, this is really the funniest joke I've heard recently. As a result, the next moment, he couldn't laugh anymore. More than 100 fire dragons activated the angry dragon effect at the same time, and their bodies were filled with blood. Charged towards Lang's army. Kill, kill, kill. Although there is a huge disparity in numbers, the 3-star fire dragons under Bayek's command are all absolutely powerful. The big golden claws fought wildly, spitting out large fireballs, killing 3 or 4 of the opponent's fire dragons instantly. Use self-destruction to kill them. Lang roared. Boom. The big fire dragons under Lang were not afraid of death. 2 or 3 of them rushed over and hugged the arms of a 3-star fire dragon. Then it explodes itself. There was a loud rumble and the sky shook. Thick smoke rose. The result was that the big fire dragon was blown to a bloody pulp and reduced to a state of residual health. But couldn't kill it. Then, the 3-star fire dragon activated its angry wings effect again, causing huge damage during the violent blast of the dragon's claws. Whoops. On the enemy, blood-colored light groups surged out and penetrated into the 3-star fire dragon's body. The wounds healed instantly and recovered at a super speed. Lang looked shocked. How can this be? Did all of your subordinates get the blood of the ancient angry winged dragon? Bloodline returned to ancestors. Lin Chuan narrowed his eyes, so the existence of the 8 pagodas allowed some dragons to sublimate their bloodlines and return to their ancestors. Bayek laughed. This is all my lord, give me the power of my subordinates. How's it going? Are you envious? Lang, if you stop and surrender now, my lord will also grant you supreme glory. Lang roared angrily. You fart. Even if I die, I will not submit to you. I won't lead the way for others like you, a dragon traitor. You deserve to die. Soon, Lang's men had been killed in pieces. Lin Chuan jumped from Bayek's head. Resurrect and synthesize a fire dragon corpse. The furious Lang was quickly killed by Bayek and Shikigami Tenyu together. You killed 2,250 fire dragons, you gained 69 million experience points, and you gained 2,250 points. You killed the fire dragon King Lang LV46, you gained 18 million experience points, you obtained the heart of the fire dragon platinum level ×1, and you gained 1,000 points. In this wave, we once again captured 253 star fire dragons. The number of Samsung Fire Dragon team has reached 385. In addition, there are countless gold-level materials of various kinds. After resurrecting all the fire dragons in this wave, Lin Chuan's Magic Dragon Flash skill has reached level 35. You can sprint forward a kilometer in an instant. Moreover, the body's deactivation time can even reach 3.5 seconds. Lin Chuan is even better at mastering this move than many Dragon Kings. Lang wakes up. Lin Chuan asked, Lang, what do you mean by bloodline returning to the ancestors? Lang said respectfully, we, the Fire Dragon clan, are all descendants of the ancient angry winged dragon clan. There is an ability hidden deep in the genes of my dragon. The purer the bloodline, the more powerful talents can be activated. The process of making bloodline pure through devouring or some other secret methods is bloodline reversion. Lin Chuan nodded. Bayek immediately teased, Lang, you are the most familiar with this area. Guide us and lead us to kill other dragons. Lang immediately said, yes, sir, please go this way. Lin Chuan didn't know whether to laugh or cry. The old dragon who was unyielding just now is also sir. This way. Then, half an hour later. Bayek, Lang, you two beasts. You betrayed the dragon clan and took refuge with humans. I hate you. Another fire dragon king was killed in extreme anger. Later, Lin Chuan began to synthesize. You combined the 3-headed fire dragon king LV45, LV46, LV45 into a 2-star fire dragon king LV45. Trigger the special effects of 8 dragons slaying. 2-star fire dragon king. Got a new talent. Angry winged dragon's fury level 2 platinum level. Compared with the ordinary version, the second level of rage has a blood-stealing rate of up to 25%, an attack speed increased by 100%, and an additional 60 points of rage, which can last for 12 seconds. It is indeed greatly enhanced. After subduing 3 waves of fire dragons, Lin Chuan and his party finally found the first dragon marrow pond. Lorraine was extremely excited. Great. I really found it. The dragon marrow pond is like a pool, with hot bubbles rolling over it. When the bubble explodes, a dragon-shaped shadow appears. The entire pool water was dark red, and the temperature was scorching hot, like molten lava. And it's as thick as blood. The dragon marrow ponds here can be said to be dotted all over the place. In the middle is a large dragon marrow pond with a diameter of more than 40 meters. There are also some small potholes about 1 meter in diameter scattered around. Those little potholes are obviously a little cooler. However, the richness of dragon marrow is indeed not as good as that of the large marrow pool in the middle. Jiao Chengdao. These are treasures conceived after the death of dragons, the essence of life blending with the spiritual energy of heaven and earth in the dragon world. It's a pity that this kind of dragon marrow liquid has too many impurities in it, and the container cannot be used to collect it. We can only enter it and absorb enough essence with our bodies. With that said, Zhao Cheng gave himself some buffs and was about to jump into the big pool. Was stopped by Tian Wei. Zhao Cheng, don't be impulsive. Try it first. Can you withstand that big dragon marrow pool? Since Zhao Cheng listened to Tian Hui's warning last time, he hugged Lin Chuan's lap. Already have great trust in Tian Wei. He put a finger in and immediately let out a scream that sounded like Tom Cat. Ouch, I can't stand it, I can't stand it at all. Helpless, Zhao Cheng and his party could only find some small pools where the dragon marrow was relatively thin. Lin Chuan also stretched out a finger and entered the great dragon marrow pond. Sure enough, his burned scalp was numb and his soul was trembling. At that moment, it was as if he heard countless resentful dragons wailing and gnawing at his body. It's not because the temperature is too high. But inside, the huge life function, the resentment of dragon death, mixed with the power of dragon fire, this dragon marrow pool is formed by the fusion of the essence of many generations of dragons after their death. Rich in spirituality, but also full of extremely terrifying evil nature. This is the hardest to resist. In the past, many geniuses were unable to enjoy the great dragon marrow pond. Perhaps only the top geniuses have some means to absorb the high-level dragon marrow from the large pool. Lin Chuan was naturally unwilling to give in and watched as the big piece of fat flew away from his eyes. He thought for a while, activated the king-level heavenly feather dragon flame, and sprayed thin purple gold flames all over his body. Dragon-shaped flames burned on the surface of his body. Facing the large marrow pool with a diameter of dozens of meters, Lin Chuan tried again. This time, Lin Chuan finally adapted to the dragon marrow pond. With the blessing of super platinum level dragon fire, the huge evil energy in the dragon marrow pool has no effect on Lin Chuan. Then, he jumped into the pool. As soon as you enter the dragon marrow pond, your body begins to spontaneously absorb the essence in the dragon marrow pond. The rolling essence blends into the body, and the entire body, every cell, bone, muscle fiber, and even brain cells, is extremely happy. Greedily absorbing the dragon marrow essence. Transformation is proceeding in all directions. Zhao Cheng, Luo Lin and others were extremely envious. They had no ability to enter the great marrow pool to baptize their bodies. But who is Lin Chuan? The strength that Lin Chuan displayed along the way completely impressed several people. You have entered the dragon marrow pool, gold level. It is expected that the dragon marrow essence will be absorbed in 10 minutes. Then, every minute, a large number of system prompts will pop up. Dragon marrow absorption completion rate is 1%. Your muscles, bones, organs are undergoing transformation. Strength plus 10, constitution plus 10, intelligence plus 10, speed plus 10. Fire attribute plus 1. Dragon marrow absorption completion rate is 2%. Strength plus 10, constitution plus 10, intelligence plus 10, speed plus 10. Fire attribute plus 1. 10 minutes later. Dragon marrow absorption completion rate is 100%. Your body has undergone the final transformation. Congratulations, you have activated Dragon Bloodline Gold level. Get Talent, Golden Eyes Gold level. Violent Blood Gold level. Golden Eyes. See through illusions and disguises, see through flaws, have stronger dynamic vision capture capabilities, stronger sight distance. In the golden eyes, all actions will slow down, and have a stronger and more comprehensive detection effect. Violent Blood. Burn blood and gain 3 times the combat power bonus. Comprehensive statistics. This time strength plus 1000, constitution plus 1000, intelligence plus 1000, speed plus 1000, fire attribute plus 100. Lin Chuan quickly took a look at the current attributes. Attributes. Strength 1953.5 plus 9000, Speed 2071.5, Defense 1895.2 plus 15,000, Wisdom 2465 plus 1500. Elemental attributes: Gold 55, Wood 53, Water 57, Fire 595, Earth 53, Wind 100. Absolutely a big gain. All attributes have experienced an unprecedented surge. And the fire attribute is almost 600. Far above the rest. Lin Chuan smiled in his heart. How angry was he? This is normal. After all, the talent of controlling super platinum flames has also increased a lot of fire attributes, plus this time it has been increased by 100. This Dragon Marrow Pond is such a great place. As expected of Lieutenant He Guangming and others, highly recommended. Just one layer of the gold level Dragon Marrow Pool enhanced Lin Chuan's overall attributes by 1000 points. Moreover, a trace of dragon blood was also activated. Obtained 2 highly practical dragon talents. And these are just the benefits shown on the panel. In addition, there are many hidden benefits. After baptizing the physical body, all the impurities in the internal organs of the body are removed by the pure power of dragon marrow. The internal organs, which were previously fragile, have also been greatly strengthened. The other people also completed the baptism of dragon marrow. After coming out of the pool, the color of their pools became much lighter. If anyone else uses it, the effect will be diminished. This is also the reason why Broken Dragon Tomb is only opened once a year. It is necessary to give the Dragon Tomb some time to continuously breed new dragon marrow to replenish the dragon marrow pool. This is a natural wonder created by Dragon Tomb. Zhao Cheng. Ha ha ha. Great, I have activated a trace of silver level dragon bloodline. I also gained a silver talent. In addition, all my attributes have been enhanced by 150. Now, my combat power has increased by at least 10 times. Joining forces with Tian Wei, I can already kill a large fire dragon on my own. Zhao Cheng is only level 20, and it is very rare for him to be able to kill a level 41 fire dragon. A professional, I activated the bronze level dragon blood, and the attributes of my whole body increased by 50. Thanks to brother Lin Chuan this time. Otherwise, with our strength, it would be impossible to enjoy the Dragon Marrow Pond firsthand. Lorraine also benefited greatly from the Dragon Marrow Pond. Her body jumped forward lightly, and her graceful figure had a faint dragon's breath coming out, which made her look even more noble. Brother Lin Chuan, how are you? Lin Chuan had forgotten when Luo Lin changed her tune and started calling him brother. And this is the era when strength is respected. From now on, when he is buried soon, old men in their 70s or 80s will call him Brother Chuan. Lin Chuan. Golden Bloodline, 2 talents. Gold level. 2 talents. Everyone just obtained a silver level or bronze level dragon talent, and their strength has already increased by an unknown amount. For Lin Chuan, they were once again envious and shocked. Lin Chuan. What about you? Lorraine. I activated my silver level bloodline and gained a talent called Dragon Chi. And in my skill tree, there is a move called 5 Chi Move Yuan. Quote. Combining the two, I can use the 5 energy buff to increase my combat power by more than 10 times. Lin Chuan. Congratulations. Lorraine admired Lin Chuan very much at the moment and originally wanted to chat more in her spare time. But Lin Chuan had no interest in chatting with women. Wouldn't it be nice to become stronger? Lin Chuan turned around and asked. By the way, Zhao Cheng, why do you say there is no way to take away this dragon marrow pool? Zhao Cheng. It seems to be a restriction. This marrow fluid is difficult to remove, and even if it is taken out, it will turn into useless residue. Once it leaves the dragon marrow pool, it will no longer be the dragon marrow essence. With that said, Zhao Cheng took out a container and used a little secret technique. After pouring out about 200 milliliters of dragon marrow, we saw that the marrow liquid in the container was visible to the naked eye and was losing its spirituality very quickly. Zhao Cheng. Just like this. The large central pool probably contains thousands of tons of marrow fluid. What Lin Chuan absorbed was less than 1/10,000th of it. It's such a shame to leave it like this. The Dragon Marrow Pond has been gestating for millions of years, but few living beings can take away the treasure. Lin Chuan felt itchy in his heart. Suddenly, he thought that he didn't have a rare thing in the world that needed to swallow the flesh and blood of the dragon clan, the 8-bud pagoda. What if you try using that thing? Can you absorb the essence of this dragon marrow pool? If possible, Lin Chuan can also get huge rewards by quickly upgrading the level of the 8 pagodas. And this reward is even higher than soaking in the dragon marrow pool. Zhao Cheng, Brother Lin, where should we go next? Lin Chuan, wait a moment, let me try to collect this dragon marrow pool. If you can, absorb all the dragon marrow pool on the first floor. Go to the second floor again. The second floor is very dangerous, and there are many God of War level powerful dragons among them. And when the time comes, he will also face off against other top players. Even Lin Chuan must be fully prepared. Zhao Cheng was speechless. He was from the Yulong family and he knew more about the dragon marrow pond. From ancient times to the present, he had never heard of anyone being able to take away the dragon marrow pond. Even the most prominent God King today could not do it back then. Over the years, there have been tens of thousands of top geniuses who have visited Dragon Tomb. There are many people who have ideas like Lin Chuan, but the end result is the same. The dragon marrow pond still stands quietly without any change. Lin Chuan is a resolute person, and when he thinks about it, he takes action immediately. A dragon marrow pool can only be soaked once, and others can no longer soak and absorb it. So, Lin Chuan summoned the crystal clear 8-story pagoda. 8 Buddhist pagodas. Suck it for me. Boom. 8 pagodas flew out from Lin Chuan's palm and hung high above the dragon marrow pond. Then, a terrifying suction force flew out from the bottom of the tower. The entire pagoda is like a bottomless black hole, and it can really absorb the essence of the dragon marrow pool to improve its level. What? It's really good. Zhao Cheng was extremely surprised, his mouth opened wide, and he was extremely shocked. The Babu Pagoda was completely excited this time. With full force, hoo ho ho, the dragon marrow pond rolled back and was quickly absorbed. That is, Lin Chuan, who was favored by the holy saint of the pagodas and truly activated the 8 pagodas, was able to do this. But not if it was anyone else. Because in the hands of others, if the 8 Buddhas are not activated, it is impossible to upgrade the level. The 8-bud pagoda has been upgraded to level 8, and you have received a reward, all attributes plus 100. The 8-bud pagoda has been upgraded to level 9, and you have received a reward, all attributes plus 100. The entire dragon marrow pond. The essence that has been deposited and nurtured for tens of millions of years is absorbed by the 8 pagodas at a speed visible to the naked eye. This wonder of heaven and earth can be upgraded very quickly. The sounds of nature resounded. The 8 pagodas are constantly shrouded in auras of upgrading poured from the void. Layers of the secret power of heaven are injected into it. Make the entire pagoda more elaborate and majestic. On the top of the tower, there are complex and gorgeous dragon-shaped patterns, like reliefs of swimming dragons, majestic and sacred. The 8-bud pagoda has been upgraded to LV10, and you have received a reward, all attributes plus 100. Activate attack special effect, suppression. Suppression. The tower body is enlarged to suppress the enemy. In addition to providing bonuses, the wonders of heaven and earth also have attack effects. Finally, after reaching level 10, the first attack effect was activated. At this moment, the entire dragon marrow pool still contains at least 90% of the dragon marrow. Lin Chuan continued to control the 8 pagodas and absorb the essence of the dragon marrow. The 8 pagodas have been upgraded to LV11. The 8 pagodas have been upgraded to LV20. Activate defense effects. Guard. Guard. You can enter the 8 pagodas to defend against attacks from all directions. Reach level 20. The current 8 pagodas are equivalent to 1 LV20 top diamond level combat magic weapon. In addition to its own effects, it also has 2 treasure using skills, 1 offensive and 1 defensive. The effect is extraordinary. 10 minutes later, the entire dragon marrow pond completely bottomed out. Absorbed completely by Lin Chuan. Treasures from heaven, materials and earth can be obtained by those who are able. And the 8 pagodas finally reached level 27. This time he upgraded, once again for Lin Chuan, all attributes increased by 2000. As for the Babu Pagoda, its own entry has also been strengthened to the point that it increases the damage to dragons by 370% and reduces the damage caused by dragons to you by 97%. Now, any dragon's attack on Lin Chuan can only hit 3%. Great. It is indeed a treasure created by the Holy Stupa. Take another look at your attributes. The basic attributes alone have reached the point of being extremely strong. Attributes. Strength 3953.5 plus 9000, Speed 4071.5, Defense 3895.2 plus 15,000, Wisdom 4465 plus 1500. This attribute is close to that of some ordinary quasi-war gods. At this moment, Lin Chuan's combat power has soared to 960 stars. There are still 40 stars left to reach the level 20 Eternal Realm. Get heavenly rewards. The entire Dragon Marrow Pond was empty, having been plundered by Lin Chuan. However, these dragon marrows are all renewable resources and will be replenished in millions of years. There are a total of 5 dragon marrow pools on the first floor. Lin Chuan commanded, "Everyone, get on the back of the Fire Dragon King and go to the next Dragon Marrow Pond." The next Dragon Marrow Pond is the Dragon Marrow Pond in the Electric Dragon territory. After soaking, there will no longer be an increase in basic strength, intelligence attributes, but there is a chance of gaining new talents and increases in elemental attributes. The other side. A group of forces guarded the entrance to the Whirlpool Passage, waiting to ambush Lin Chuan. I waited for nearly an hour. Why haven't you come in yet? The whirlpool is almost closed. Isn't he afraid to come in? It really makes me wait. Suddenly, a person looked at the secret prompt in his mind and was shocked. Congratulations to professional Lin Chuan for killing the Fire Dragon King and receiving 1000 reward points. At the entrance of the vortex, screams and roars erupted one after another. Depend on Lin Chuan, you old man. He actually came in a long time ago. We've all been tricked by him, he's already started killing monsters. In Lutang province, the Gao family Devil May Cry team was furious and clenched their fists tightly. I waited for almost an hour, he actually sneaked away. What should we do now? What else can we do? The devil knows where he went. According to our original plan, we first found a dragon marrow pool on the first floor, and then went to the second floor to find the treasure house. Action. At the entrance of the vortex, some ambushing forces were very angry and secretly hated Lin Chuan. Then dispersed. At the same time, the team from Liaodong province. Among the 4 elites, Zhou Houken and Tang Ji also discovered the system broadcast in their minds. This man has some skills. He can actually kill the level 45 Fire Dragon King. Tang Ji, I can do this too. The results were quick, and 2 notifications came out. Lin Chuan killed 2 Fire Dragon Kings in a short period of time. Tang Ji was speechless. Why so fast? This is not what he can do. Zhou Houken looked puzzled. It's really strange, we didn't see any monsters along the way. Where did he find so many Fire Dragon Kings and kill them? Gem Knight Zhou Zan, who knows? Ignore him for now, it's more important to find the Dragon Marrow Pond. If I can activate the Dragon Blood talent, my strength will increase significantly. By then, I can beat him 10 times by myself. Tang Ji smiled and said, "You're right, look for the Dragon Marrow Pond first, he's just a commoner who got lucky, don't take it to heart." Several people also had a map in their hands, and finally followed the map and came to the first Dragon Marrow Pond. But what surprised them was that there was nothing at all. I was dizzy and searched for more than 10 minutes, but I couldn't find even a drop of Dragon Marrow liquid. Zhou Zan scolded. "Tang Ji, your fake picture is not fake, is it? Did Pin Shishi get someone to chop it with a knife? I mentioned the Fire Dragon territory along the way, and I didn't even see a single Fire Dragon. Where is the marked Dragon Marrow Pond? I heard from my uncle that the Dragon Marrow Pond is a giant pool with a diameter of tens of meters. Why didn't I see any hair?" Tang Ji scratched his head, he was also confused. But how could he tolerate others questioning him? HMPH, how could my picture be fake? In the past, all the geniuses from our Tang sect relied on this picture to find the Dragon Marrow Pond. Zhou Zan, then why is there nothing now? Tang Ji, how did I know? Why do you criticize so much? Zhou Zan was furious. What did you say? Zhou Houken stopped him and said, "Okay. Professionals from Liaodong, listen. Everyone spreads out on the spot and pushes outwards to search the Dragon Marrow Pond like a blanket. The first person to find it, report it to me, and you will be rewarded. Hundreds of people dispersed. Su Yaoyao, the horse-drawing immortal, stared at a huge ravine at her feet, stunned. Apart from being empty, looking at the size, it fits the description of the Dragon Marrow Pond. Then, she summoned the fox spirit to worship. 3 fluffy, illusory flowing fox tails appeared, and green crystal light erupted from her eyes. The entire scene showed another change in her eyes. It was a time travel image, like a video played backwards. This is the ultimate secret technique that only Chumaxian professionals master. Finally, Su Yaoyao saw it. A scene of Lin Chuan and his group collecting all the dragon marrow. This Lin Chuan is so powerful. You can accomplish feats that no one has ever been able to accomplish. Do you think those idiots Zhou Hogan and Tang Ji want to plot against him? How stupid. Turning back time consumes a lot of time on Su Yaoyao, and beads of sweat drip down her face. The girl could hardly stand still. He was held up by the men around him, so he didn't fall down. At this time, Zhou Hogan came over. Yaoyao, what did you find? Why do you look so shocked? Su Yaoyao. No, it's nothing. Su Yaoyao was also a very thief. She knew that Lin Chuan was powerful, but she didn't tell Zhou Hogan and others any information. Zhou Hogan and his party searched the surrounding area for 10 kilometers and dug 3 feet into the ground, but they did not find any dragon marrow pond. Helpless, they had no choice but to leave first. A few hours later, Lin Chuan and his group entered the territory of Electric Dragon. Inside, the earth is indigo blue, and the exposed metal ores on the surface are swaying with lightning arcs. The sky is full of clouds, but thunder is not falling down. The Fire Dragon King said as he flew, "Sir, the habits of electric dragons are very different from ours. The electric dragon population is very rare in number, but its individual strength is terrifying, with its combat power approaching my current level. The current Fire Dragon King is 3 in 1, and through the 8 pagodas, he has completed the return of the angry winged dragon bloodline to the 2-star Fire Dragon King. The combat power is at least 30 times more powerful than before. It turns out that the electric dragons here all have this kind of strength. It seems that this area is much more dangerous than the Fire Dragon area." Suddenly, the Fire Dragon King shouted, "Sir, there are people fighting in front." The Fire Dragon clan masters special eye skills and can see dozens or hundreds of miles away. Lin Chuan also immediately used his golden eyes to look into the distance. His vision seemed to be through perspective, seeing what was happening dozens of miles away. It turned out to be several powerful, quasi-war god-level electric dragons besieging a group of genius students. Each of these students possesses powerful Nian Qi. Various mental energy cannons, beams of light shot into the sky. Fighting with the electric dragon. Lin Chuan didn't know the identities of these people and asked Shang Luolin and Zhao Cheng. In which province do students wear cheongsam and are called Qi masters by profession? Lorraine. Most Qi masters wear cheongsam. What kind of cheongsam is she wearing? Lin Chuan. Snow-white color, with a white dragon pattern printed on it. One of the girls with long silver hair is very powerful. Can Lin Chuan call him a good Nian Qi master? White dragon pattern. Lorraine immediately thought of someone. Bai family. Xiaonian Wang, Bai Ling. Luo Lin said in surprise, "Brother Lin Chuan. The Bai family is a big family in Tianluo province. They are righteous and very loyal. And there is a living god king in the family. If you help, you might be able to form a good relationship." Another living god king in the family. That's quite a big family. It happened that Lin Chuan wanted to kill the Thunder Dragon, collect talents, and strengthen the undead army. Then just do it all at once. Chapter 51. Tianluo Province, the Bai family, the top wealthy family. With a god king level Nianqi master sitting in charge, one can imagine the strength of the family. Bai Ling and his group were 17 in total. All of them are top-notch beautiful girls in their prime. They are dressed in cheongsam and have prayer beads flowing around their bodies. Controlling the Nian Eagle, Nian Hu, and Nian Leopard that condense the thoughts, they fought against those terrifying thunder dragons. The form of thunder dragon is that of an oriental dragon. The dragon's whiskers are condensed by electric arcs, and rolling thunder surges all over its body. The electric light in the pupils flashed like 2 blazing lights. Despicable human. How dare you steal the lightning spirit plant? Hand it over. Otherwise, you will be wiped out in ashes. The Brontosaurus roared angrily. These people are all from the Bai family, and the leader, Xiaonian Wang Bai Ling, is extremely powerful. Even better than the 4 elites of Liaodong province. But facing this group of ferocious electric dragons, she was restrained to death. She attacks with photoelectric attributes. It just so happens that these electric dragons have ridiculously high resistance to electric attributes, plus magic resistance. The Nianqi master suffered a huge disadvantage when dealing with them. Boom boom boom. In the dark clouds, the lightning tore apart everything, penetrated down, and struck at the Bai family. Thinking Qi mask, Xiaonian Wang clapped his hands, and a giant Nianqi shield with a diameter of 100 meters, like a thick orange crystal wall, condensed out instantly. Withstand that rolling thunder. But huge cracks suddenly appeared on the mental energy mask. Sister Bai Ling, we are here to buy time for you, you should go first. The people around Bai Ling are not only her sisters, but also the soldiers trained by her family for her. Bai Ling's voice was cold. If I leave, you will be devoured by the electric dragon immediately. We have similar attributes to the electric dragon, and we will become their supplement, allowing the electric dragon to transform and even return to its ancestors. By that time, they will become stronger and fly at super fast speeds. Where can I escape to? Furthermore, if I sacrificed you to escape from death alone, I would be so shameless. I would be unworthy of the title of genius. That year, on a rainy night, there was already a man named Chu Ziheng who regretted his whole life. And it was even more impossible for me to choose to be a deserter. Bai Ling said, thinking that he was very handsome. However, her sisters have never watched dragons, and can't catch Bai Ling's jokes at all. Then Sister Bai Ling, what should we do now? Bai Ling's eyes were determined. Fight to the death. She thought to herself that as the daughter of a genius, breaking through in the face of battle was as easy as drinking water. What is a crisis? You maintain the mind shield, I will take this time to refine the lightning spirit plant. If we can take this opportunity to build the thunder dragon out to sea, there may be a glimmer of hope. In the mental aura, there was suddenly a tragic atmosphere, that of a strong man gone and never coming back. Okay, then we will do our best. We must also buy time for Sister Bai Ling. Sisters, let's inject Nianqi energy into the Nianqi shield together. Hu ho ho. More than a dozen people took action together, and the mental energy barrier became stronger and stronger again, and the cracks were repaired. Bai Ling felt happy. This wave was unstable. That's it, that's how novels and anime are written. The Xiyu sisters help buy time, and then as the daughter of the plane, she breaks through before the battle, gets angry, kills the evil dragon, and seizes the treasure. The script has been written. As long as the little sisters help her buy enough time. Let her refine the lightning spirit plant, master the level 45 ultimate move, and use the thunder dragon to go out to sea. Don't kill these electric dragons randomly then. Bai Ling even thought of his lines for howling. 30 years to the east of Hedong, 30 years to the west of Hexi. Single quote. I, Bai Ling, have never been weaker than anyone else in my life. Single quote. If you break my wings, I will destroy your paradise. Single quote. Result. Boom. Several electric dragons caused lightning strikes together. Directly shatter the mind shield. A group of people were blown away by the thunder and lightning that struck them. Bai Ling was the first to be hit by the thunder, causing his body to be temporarily paralyzed. She was confused. My heroine script was not like this. I'm not really going to die here today. An electric dragon roared. Ha ha ha, little girl, your electrical attributes are as high as thousands. And your talent is good. If you are at this level of life, if you are eaten, it will definitely trigger an atavistic transformation. I'll eat this girl, and I'll give you the rest. The two most powerful electric dragons seemed to have sparked a dispute. Bai Ling had an idea and was extremely happy. There was a conflict, and then the two fought, and she took the opportunity to escape with her sisters. This time it must be this script. The two electric dragons looked like idiots. Bai Ling said, ahem, there's only one of me, and it seems like you two can't tell each other apart. Electric dragon. Why can't we separate it? Just split it from the top of the head, and each person will be half done. Yeah, what a stupid idiot. This fool is so stupid that she gave up all her brains to you. Just treat it like a pig's brain and eat it. You dragon, you despise this and that, and waste the food. Erlong's conversation made Bai Ling completely angry. Nima, you are the brain of a pig. Haha, she's in a hurry, come and die. The electric dragon raised his hand to take a shot, and a strong wind suddenly appeared. Although Bai Ling was angry, he remained calm and immediately cast Thunder Phantom. Several clones composed of thunder and lightning were sucked into the hand by the electric dragon. Then, there was an explosion. You can't run away. The next moment, another big hand pressed down, the strong wind stirred, and the electric arc plowed the ground. A terrible sense of oppression shot down from the top of his head. Bai Ling was exhausted at this moment. She continued to use her powerful skills at high frequency. She was about to be hollowed out, and her whole body was sore and stagnant. At this moment, there is no escape. My life is at stake. Just at the critical moment. Boom! A clear silver pagoda appeared, covering Bai Ling's body. Snapped. The electric dragon's big claws slapped the pagoda and was immediately bounced away. A man dressed in black, with a straight figure and short black hair appeared on the scene. It was Lin Chuan. Bai Ling was so happy that he was saved. When she was near the gate of hell, a handsome man appeared and saved her. What's the script this time? This person can't be his true destiny. His appearance is indeed very good, he is on the cover of magazines and periodicals, and his strength is also good. By her standards, it was possible to develop a romantic relationship. If you get married later, whose surname will the child take? After all, he belongs to the Bai family. What is this man's identity? Is he willing to marry into the Bai family? Naturally, Lin Chuan didn't know that after meeting him, this woman with the secondary syndrome had filled her mind with tens of thousands of words of fantasy romance, about the mother-in-law and daughter-in-law competing for the throne in the family, tearing up the mistress's green tea, and so on. Are you Bai Ling? It's me. I wonder who your classmate is. Bai Ling came back to his senses and asked. Lin Chuan. My name is Lin Chuan. I heard that you are a nice person. I would like to help you by the way. Lin Chuan. It's the professional from Liaodong province who stole 5 tickets. Bai Ling only had these impressions. She did not pay attention to the news in Liaodong. Dianlong looked at Lin Chuan and laughed sharply, ha ha ha. Here comes another great tonic. Why are there so many takeaways today? Kill them all together. Bai Ling screamed. Classmate Lin Chuan, hurry up and hide in the tower. These electric dragons are very powerful. It's not something you can handle. Buy me time and I will kill them. Quote, Bai Ling just finished speaking. On the other side, with one move of his hand, Lin Chuan summoned the Shikigami Tenyu, the Fire Dragon King, and more than 800 large fire dragons filling the sky. The golden Tyrannosaurus pressed across the sky, obeying Lin Chuan's orders. For a moment, the silhouette of Lin Chuan looked as majestic as a king. The strength of those electric dragons is indeed very good, but they are only close to the quasi-war god level. Lin Chuan directly used bug-level skills. He raised his finger and pointed at the electric dragons. Undead, sacrifice. The next moment, a dozen 3-star fire dragons roared and turned into flaming meteors. At several times the speed of sound, it hit the electric dragon. There was a sudden explosion, and black mushroom clouds appeared in the sky. The sound of explosion resounded through the sky. The shock wave spread in horror. Several terrifying electric dragons at the center of the explosion were instantly killed. You killed 8 electric dragons LV-48 and you gained 130 million experience points. You obtained electric dragon balls gold level X8, electric dragon horns gold level X16, and electric dragon keel gold level times 8. In a moment, the electric dragons in the sky fell to the ground one after another like dumplings. Lin Chuan slapped his mouth. He thought these electric dragons were so powerful. That's it. Then, he turned to look at Chi Mind Master Bai Ling and took back the 8-bud pagoda. Bai Ling, what you just said was so windy that I couldn't hear it clearly. No joke. Lin Chuan really didn't hear clearly and had no intention of teasing Bai Ling. Bai Ling's face twitched and he smiled awkwardly. No, it's nothing. Lin Chuan's strength shocked her. The electric dragon that she couldn't defeat was easily killed by Lin Chuan. Such a fierce man could turn himself into a monster with one punch, and Bai Ling did not dare to provoke him. The sisters under Bai Ling also took the healing medicine and leapt over. Bai Ling introduced. This is Lin Chuan, the genius of Liaodong province, who saved us. Thank you Brother Lin Chuan for your generous action. Brother Lin Chuan, you are so awesome. Brother Lin, what is your profession? You can actually control the flying dragons here. And there are so many of them. The warblers and swallows of the Bai family surrounded Lin Chuan, looking at him with eyes full of reverence. Lin Chuan. Necromantic system. The necromancy profession is so powerful. This seriously exceeded everyone's expectations. The necromancy system they have seen only summons skeleton soldiers, undead tentacle monsters, titan demon spirits, bone dragons and the like. Very different from Lin Chuan. I do have a few friends, but they are all gloomy, and none of them are as sunny and cheerful as you, Brother Lin Chuan. Brother Lin Chuan, what is your secret to maintaining a sunny image? I will learn from you and tell my friend when I go back. Lin Chuan didn't know what to say about this thing, so he answered casually, drink more hot water. Haha, Brother Lin Chuan, you are so funny. Several girls were made to giggle by Lin Chuan. Bai Ling thought of something and asked. Classmate Lin Chuan, are you alone? Lin Chuan. No, I also have a team, and they are coming. Zhao Cheng and Luo Lin rode their own dragons and flew over with people. Bai Ling was surprised, looked at the girl on the dragon's back and said, Lorraine, you are here too. Lorraine. Yes, Sister Bai. It turned out that the two girls had known each other for a long time. Bai Ling gave Lorraine a big hug, then whispered in Lorraine's ear and asked insinuatingly. Why did you form a team together? This man is your boyfriend. Lorraine said shyly. Of course not, we just met not long ago, he and I are from the same college. Oh, I just met, I haven't known each other before, it's very good. What's good? It's nothing. Bai Ling curled his lips. The two women separated. By the way, Lorraine, do you have a map there? I happen to have one here, how about we go together? After all, the map was the secret of several people. Lorraine did not dare to answer and looked at Lin Chuan with an inquiring look. Lin Chuan said, we also have maps. Bai Ling's idea is simple. Lin Chuan is so strong. If they work together, she can collect more lightning spirit strains in the electric dragon area. It was a special spiritual plant that grew in the dragon world and was only found in the area where the electric dragon was located. The platinum level spiritual plant was born from dragon energy fused with the breath of thunder and lightning. It can be used to practice thunder skills. The Nian Qi Master happens to have a few skills, one is the buff combat skill Nian Beast Dragon Tiger Roar, and the other is the 45 ultimate move Thunder Dragon Going to the Sea. It is very troublesome to practice these two skills. But if there is a Thunder Spirit strain, as long as it is absorbed, a large amount of Thunder Dragon energy can be converted to help refine skills and even advance and sublimate. Experience points can only increase the skill level, but if you want to transform your skills, you need to use secret methods, absorb special materials, or improve your talents. Oh, Bai Ling said, Classmate Lin, where are you going? Go find the dragon marrow pond of the electric dragon. Bai Ling, it just so happens that we just came over there. Among the 5 dragon marrow ponds on the first floor, only the fire dragon marrow pond and the electric dragon marrow pond have special attributes. The other 3 are ordinary dragon marrow ponds. Bai Ling had a map, so he naturally went straight to the electric dragon marrow pond that was most suitable for their Qi master. A good relationship has been formed, and Lin Chuan is eager to upgrade the Babu Pagoda. With one move of his hand, the 8-headed electric dragon was resurrected. You resurrected the electric dragon LV48, and you obtained the gold level skill, Thunder Drop LV4. This time, resurrecting the electric dragon triggers skill acquisition. Didn't get the talent. 8 resurrections triggered 7 undead masters. Lin Chuan's thunder falling skill has been fully upgraded to LV9. However, Lin Chuan's body does not have the elemental attribute of thunder and lightning, so this skill cannot be used at all for the time being. Looking at Lin Chuan, he casually resurrected the corpse of the electric dragon and turned them into subordinates. Bai Ling was shocked again. Time is pressing, let's leave first. Lin Chuan was about to say goodbye. Wait a moment, Lin Chuan, is there anything else? Lin Chuan, let me get straight to the point. Please do me a favor. I need to collect lightning spiritual plants to practice 2 skills. If you help me drive away those electric dragons, I can give you a platinum level skill book given. Platinum level skill book. Give. Since Lin Chuan transferred to the Yongye King, he has also done some research on skills. He had wanted to get a copy of this skill-granting book for a long time. But the price is too high. Tens of millions of gold coins are needed. The gold coins Lin Chuan had on hand before were naturally not enough. Not only undead, but also many summoning professions want this skill. The effect of this skill is very practical. It can directly activate some of your own natural abilities and temporarily give them to your summoned beasts. In other words, once this ability is acquired, Lin Chuan can bless the king-level Tianyu Dragon Flame to his group of undead archers. At that time, when the undead archers fire thousands of arrows, they will use rockets. Lin Chuan was naturally moved. How many thunder spirit strains do you want to collect and how long will it take? Bai Ling rubbed Chong's nose. About 300 plants are enough. Plants like the thunder spirit plant need to be harvested using special thunder-type secret methods, otherwise they will wither as soon as they are removed from the soil. If there are more than a dozen of us, it will take about 2 days to find them all. 2 days. This is too long. The dragon tomb will become very dangerous at night. Various natural disasters in the dragon world will break out, and Lin Chuan's strength cannot withstand it. Therefore, the passage opened at 6 o'clock in the evening and he had to go out. It is already 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we have 4 hours to leave Dragon Tomb. Lin Chuan also wanted to collect more dragon marrow, and then go to the second floor to see the strength of the monsters. How could he have 2 days to help Bai Ling? At this time, Lin Chuan's resurrected electric dragon stepped forward. He said respectfully, "Sir, we know where there are the most thunder and lightning spirit plants. And we can also collect that kind of spiritual plant. Electric dragons can also be collected. This is natural, after all, this is a treasure that grows in the territory of the electric dragon." After tens of millions of years of evolution, they have certainly mastered the method of collecting spiritual plants, and they themselves master the secret power of thunder and lightning. Lin Chuan, where is that place? If you also take action, how long will it take to collect 300 thunder and lightning spirit plants? Electric dragon. It's very simple. 1 or 2 hours is enough. But, sir, there is an electric dragon king in that place who is truly LV50 and at the peak level of the quasi-god of war. Quasi-god of war peak electric dragon. And this is a good thing. Lin Chuan was a little excited. Is this a good thing? Bai Ling and others were stunned. A powerful dragon that was about to reach the peak of the god of war was guarding them. That place was not allowed to set foot in. It was too dangerous. Lin Chuan didn't care. He thought for a while, then let's go to the dragon marrow pond first. I need to collect the marrow of the electric dragon and then go to that place. Maybe collecting dragon marrow can trigger the acquisition of dragon talents. There are 8 pagodas in Linchuan, and the probability of obtaining the benefits of the dragon clan increases by 3000%. The probability of acquiring talent skills triggered by absorbing dragon marrow can also be increased accordingly. Bai Ling's eyes widened. There is a peak quasi-god of war over there. The peak quasi-god of war, and the electric dragon next to you, are as different in strength as the distance between heaven and earth. Are you sure you want to go? Quote, Lin Chuan. Of course. Bai Ling was shocked in his heart. He was an unreasonable madman. However, she had an inexplicable trust in Lin Chuan. Okay, I'll give you the skill book first. The platinum level skill book has a black market price of 35 million. It should be enough to repay your favor, plus you helped me out. Good. You complete the transaction with Chi Mind Master Bai Ling LV40 and you obtain the skill book. Grant platinum level the remaining number of comprehensions 1/1. The skill books circulating on the market have all been blessed by powerful people with restrictions. It can only be understood by one person, and then the skill book will be destroyed. This prevents a skill book from circulating back and forth in the hands of many people. Lin Chuan received the skill book grant. Without further delay, let's set off quickly, lest other geniuses collect all the treasures on the second floor. Bai Ling smiled and shook his head. No. You know the little god King Chen Mo and the little Wuji Li Yi. Not long after they entered the second floor, they came down in embarrassment. The second floor is very dangerous. Even they can't hold it up. If you can't get down here, prepare to save some money and increase your strength before going up. So that's it. Then Lin Chuan can rest assured and take away all the 5 dragon marrow pawns step by step. There are also many treasures on the first floor of the Dragon Tomb Secret Realm, which are worthy of collection by geniuses. Along the way, you rarely meet other teams, which is normal. Play PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on a small map that is not big. You may not see anyone for more than 10 minutes. What's more, this is an extremely vast dragon tomb that is as big as a province and stretches thousands of miles across. Lin Chuan sat on the dragon's back and quickly studied the skill book. His current intelligence attribute is 4,465. Reading and understanding all rely on your own wisdom attributes. Lin Chuan's current wisdom is comparable to that of a quasi-war god. No, after reading the entire book in 10 minutes, Lin Chuan immediately entered a state of enlightenment. His soul was so blessed that he learned the skills. You have learned the platinum level skill through the skill book, endowment, proficiency, entry level 90%, and the skill book has been destroyed. Give LV1. Construct a circular magic circle with a diameter of 100 meters, which can give your own talents to teammates or summons. After learning a new platinum skill, Lin Chuan's combat effectiveness rating has reached 985 stars. There are still 15 stars left to reach the extreme level of 1000 stars. Lin Chuan was actually cheating a bit. He only gained a small proportion of combat power stars by practicing his own skills. Most of his star ratings are actually provided by summons. Maybe this is the advantage of King Yongye. As long as powerful undead souls can be resurrected, their combat power can increase without limit, and they can easily achieve the conditions for the ultimate realm of heaven. The skill book in his hand turned into ashes and disappeared. Bai Ling noticed it and said in surprise, "You have understood it. Aren't you only level 20? Your basic intelligence attribute won't exceed 1000. Breaking 1000. It has already exceeded 4000. Lin Chuan. Yes. After Bai Ling heard this, he was struck by the secondary disease again. He shook his head and said, "How can there be a living creature in the river? You're a monster." ... Electric Dragon, Dragon Marrow Pool. There are already many geniuses in this wave who came here to absorb the dragon marrow and obtain some talent blessings. A group of people from the Gao family in Lutang province came out of the dragon marrow pond. Everyone was excited. Ha ha ha. Gained 50 electrical attributes. I activated a gold level dragon talent, Breath of the Electric Dragon. Boss, what about you? Gao Mingji smiled coldly and said, "After this baptism in the dragon marrow pool, your boss, I, have already caught the attention of the 13th evil god Thunderbolt Puni. Now I have signed a contract with the evil god. I need a lot of thunder and lightning energy to increase the power of my new skills." A member of the Gao family said, "Boss, this is easy to say, we just need to collect the thunder and lightning spirit plants." Gao Mingji nodded and said, "Well, I need 500 thunder and lightning spirit plants. Wait until the proficiency of my skill, Thunderbolt Puni, reaches the proficiency level, and then I will upgrade the skill to LV10. By constructing the evil thunder array ghost, we can truly enter the second floor and collect treasures on the second floor." Perhaps because of the impending disaster, the dragon tomb is particularly dangerous this time. Even the little god king and the others can't immediately collect the treasure on the second floor, but it may be an opportunity for us. Boss, let's collect the thunder and lightning spiritual plants now. We just got the electric attribute and can collect that special spiritual plant. Gao Mingji sneered. "Stupid. Did you hear a word? My neighbors stock up on grain and I stock up on guns. My neighbors are my granary. Boss, what do you mean, are we going to steal other people's spiritual plants?" Gao Mingji's lips curled up. Not bad. The boss is wise. Afterwards, more than a dozen members of the Gao family, Devil Cry, each used a small skill to release ghosts and explore the surroundings. Invisible and transparent ghost spirits wandered away and began to search for nearby professionals who were collecting lightning spirit strains. Found a small team. Go ahead and grab them. The Gao family just left. Lin Chuan and his party fell from the sky. The huge electric dragon marrow pool is completely different from the fire dragon marrow pool. There was no blazing high temperature, but thunder arcs were rolling throughout the dragon marrow liquid. Lin Chuan immediately entered and began to absorb the electric dragon marrow liquid. You have been baptized in the dragon marrow pool. You cannot obtain basic attribute bonuses from this baptism, but there is a certain chance of obtaining dragon-type talents. Estimated baptism time is 1 minute. This time the baptism ended in only 1 minute. Because of the 8 pagodas, Lin Chuan's probability of receiving dragon-type benefits increased by 30 times. This time, he actually obtained a top-notch, platinum-level dragon talent. In the gold-level dragon marrow pool, the probability of obtaining a platinum-level talent is very small, probably only 1 in 10,000, but it was obtained by Lin Chuan. Your electrical attribute is +100. You have gained a talent. Thunder Dragon Tabard Platinum Level. Thunder Dragon Tabard Platinum Level. It is more friendly to thunder and lightning, is highly immune to lightning damage, and absorbs the energy of thunder and lightning. It can construct a Thunder Dragon Tabard. With the help of the power of thunder and lightning, all attributes can be increased by up to 3 times, and a huge amount of thunder damage bonus. Very strong skills. Thunder Dragon Shirt. You can use the thunder and lightning vitality to build a shirt with triple all attributes, plus thunder damage. In this way, Lin Chuan is also in great demand for the Thunder Spirit strain. After all, the release of this skill consumes a lot of thunder and lightning energy. After everyone came out of the electric dragon marrow pond, they all looked beaming with joy. Zhao Cheng, it's so refreshing. I got another silver level talent. Thunder Eyes. Brother, you won't have 2 talents this time. Lin Chuan smiled. No, there is only 1 this time, but it is platinum level. Nani, all blanch it. Brother, you are so awesome. People's physiques cannot be generalized. Bai Ling said happily. Lin Chuan, are we going to collect the lightning spirit plant now? Lin Chuan, it just so happens that I also need to collect some. But wait for me a little longer. I'll take all the dragon marrow liquid away. Collect dragon marrow liquid. What a joke, no one has ever been able to do this since the dragon tomb was discovered. Bai Ling didn't believe it. But because it was Lin Chuan, she wavered again. This man is like the embodiment of miracles. It seems that there is nothing in the world that he cannot do. Really. Next moment, the electric marrow liquid in the entire huge dragon marrow pool was surging and being absorbed by the 8 bud pagoda. The 8 pagodas also started to level up again. The 8 pagodas suspended above the dragon marrow pond are like a black hole, constantly absorbing and devouring, greedily refining the essence of the dragon marrow pond. The 8 pagodas have been upgraded to LV28. The 8 pagodas have been upgraded to LV29. The 8 pagodas are upgraded to LV30, and a new special effect of strange objects is activated, doubling. Doubling. With the help of the power of the 8 pagodas, the effect of a certain skill is increased by 2 times, and the magic weapon skill can be enhanced. The level is still rising. In the huge dragon marrow pool, thousands of tons of marrow fluid were absorbed. In this wave, Babu Pagoda directly rose to level 36. It also increased Lin Chuan's attributes by 900. Take another look at the properties. Attributes. Strength 4853.5 plus 9000, Speed 4971.5, Defense 4795.2 plus 15,000, Wisdom 5365 plus 1500. The numbers in front are personal real attributes, and the numbers in parentheses are the bonuses from talent items. Lin Chuan himself has a speed close to 5,000. Without using any skills, his fastest running speed can be close to 3 times the speed of sound. Of course, such a fast speed consumes physical strength and puts a huge load on the body. Fortunately, Lin Chuan's physique is also strong, close to 5,000. Can bear the physical burden caused by rapid running. However, there is another problem. Just running so fast is a bit wasteful. Now, the soul chain binding Shikigami Tenyu is not enough. We have to resurrect the more powerful Dragon King. Then there is the strange object of the 8 bud pagoda. After LV36, the attack effect against dragons is increased by 460%. The dragon's attack effect on Lin Chuan was reduced by 99.7%. You can only beat yourself by 0.3%. This must be blessed and given to the summoned object. When the time comes, he will kill the electric dragon king who is almost at the peak of the god of war. Shikigami Tenyu can explode more than 5 times the attack, while the attack of the Electric Dragon King will be reduced by 333.333 times. What is the peak of the quasi-god of war? What I'm fighting is your quasi-god of war peak. Bai Ling and the others were dumbfounded at this moment. There is actually someone who can collect the dragon marrow liquid accumulated over millions of years. Oh my god, this is incredible. Zhao Cheng and Luo Lin were very satisfied with Bai Ling's expression at this moment. You know, these 2 days, both of them have been almost paralyzed by Lin Chuan. Now, it's finally someone else's turn. Lin Chuan, it's done. Dianlong, now take us to the area with the most lightning spirit plants. As you command, my lord. The flying speed of the electric dragon is faster than that of the fire dragon. 8 electric dragons opened the way, including one for Lin Chuan himself, and the others jumped on the backs of the electric dragons. Bai Ling was still stunned on the spot, as if he was petrified. Lorraine, Sister Bai, let's go. Ouch. Bai Ling came back to his senses. To be honest, she feels quite uncomfortable now. She also tried to collect the dragon marrow pool, but unfortunately she used many methods, including a diamond-level treasure vase prepared by her family in advance, but none of them worked. The dragon marrow liquid is difficult to collect, and as soon as it leaves the dragon marrow pool, it disappears immediately and becomes a putrid and filthy remains. As a result, Lin Chuan was able to collect it and greatly improve the level of his treasure. Bai Ling was sore and his defense was shamefully broken. Is there any mistake? They are both top geniuses, but the gap is so big. The silver-haired red-eyed beauty in a white cheongsam looked like a Saiyan whose tail was grabbed, and the Jinchuriki of the tailed beast was withdrawn. Ultraman lost his light, and his originally smart eyes lost their highlights at this moment and turned into salted fish. Her own failure was terrible, but the success of others made her even more jealous. No, I haven't lost yet. After taking down the lightning spirit plant and successfully practicing the 2 skills, she believed that she could surpass Lin Chuan. Bai Ling was determined and encouraged herself in her heart. The embodiment of beauty and wisdom, Bai Jia Bai Ling, you can do it. Lin Chuan, on the other hand, has discovered that his star rating is now only 2 stars away from 1,000 stars. In this case, as long as you find a big skill and improve it, you can break through the extreme realm. Lin Chuan has accumulated 880 million experience points along the way. At this point, the level given begins to increase. You have consumed 150 million experience points, the grant has been increased to LV10, and the maximum halo range has been increased to 1 kilometer. New effect. You can select 5 units for deep linking, thus ignoring the range and granting them. Congratulations, at level 20, your combat power star rating has been increased to 1013 stars. You have achieved the Eternal Realm LV20 achievement. You have received a heavenly reward, a king-level talent or skill corresponding to the system. Congratulations on obtaining the king-level skill of the necromantic system, Curse of Darkness and Blight. Curse of Darkness and Blight LV1. Enemies cast by the curse will have their attribute talent effects reduced by 90%, and their bodies will age briefly. The duration is calculated based on the strength difference between the caster and the caster, and is at least 10 seconds. Wow! Visions of heaven and earth appeared, stars and rivers rotated around the sky, and the phantoms of hundreds of thousands of demons and gods appeared. The space was torn apart, and the eyes of darkness opened. The buzzing sound is constant, and the ancient characters in the void are constantly changing and changing. It was as if some supreme being was preaching to enlighten the world and explaining the dark truth. Boom! A thick and shocking black light fell from the sky and poured into Lin Chuan's body. This is God giving Lin Chuan the ability. Just like when I first woke up. Everyone who was flying looked at Lin Chuan bathed in black light in horror. Zhao Cheng shouted, "Brother! What's wrong with you?" Bai Ling also stood up, preparing to use his mental energy to rescue. Lin Chuan, what's wrong with you? Is there an enemy attack? Lin Chuan said, "It's nothing. Please be patient and calm. This is a reward from heaven." Tiandao reward. Big brother, Zhao Cheng said in shock. You have completed the level 20 challenge of the eternal extreme realm of impacting thousands of stars. Lin Chuan. Yes, this is the reward for completing the achievement. Although the picture is a bit dark, you don't have to worry about me. What? The ultimate realm of eternity. He has reached the ultimate state of eternity. Bai Ling was numb. Is this still a human being? She had finally cheered herself up and had just cheered up. Immediately pour a large basin of ice water down. We were on the same starting line, and I couldn't even see his taillights. Good guy. Level 20. 1000-star combat power. Is this a person? This is not a human being. Is he a human? Like a human being. Bai Ling was paralyzed, talking loudly to himself, even he didn't know what he was talking about. She is already level 40, and now she only has over 300-star combat power. In the end, Lin Chuan was level 20, Qingxing, how did he do it? A skill instilled by Heaven's path goes as quickly as it comes. After acquiring a practical debuff skill, Lin Chuan was in a good mood, good skill. According to the theory of relativity, weakening the enemy is equivalent to strengthening oneself. The 10-fold reduction in talent attributes will weaken the combat power by more than 10 times. It could be 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000 times. Calculated in this way, it is equivalent to being strengthened thousands of times. Can Lin Chuan not be excited? At the same time, some geniuses in the Electric Dragon territory also saw terrifying visions in the sky. What's the situation? Is there a strange treasure born in the Electric Dragon territory? Hurry over there, there is definitely a super treasure in the world. Lin Chuan and others were moving quickly in one direction. That is the dangerous Jedi in the Electric Dragon area. Lightning flashed, thunder rolled, and there was a terrifying and chilling atmosphere. Along the way, in addition to the Electric Dragon, there are also many lightning-type evil beasts, most of which are food for the Electric Dragon. In a few minutes, it covered nearly 100 kilometers. The Electric Dragon flew at low altitude and finally found the valley with the most thunder and lightning plants. In addition to the thunder and lightning plants, there are also a large number of silver trees planted here. The silver branches have strong trunks and strong plasticity. They can increase mana and are very suitable for making weapons and armor, or for setting up formations. When Lin Chuan saw the treasure, he naturally had to accept it. The condensed wind blade flicked on his finger. Boom! A huge wind blade with a diameter of hundreds of meters blasted out. Lin Chuan's current strength has reached a certain level. Having mastered the wind spirit, he can use some small wind skills at will. With a wisdom attribute bonus of up to 5,000 plus, his small skills are already comparable to the ultimate moves of professionals at the same time. A large piece of solid silver tree was chopped down, exploded with a bang, and turned into processed silver tree boards, suspended on the ground. This is also a characteristic of copy space. The felled material trees will be automatically converted into finished materials by the way of heaven. Then, Lin Chuan sucked his hand and put the materials into the storage module. You have obtained a century-old silver wood plank, silver level X350. Clear away the obstructive forest of silver trees in front of you. The lightning spiritual plants all over the ground are now more clearly visible. The eyes of Bai Ling and others shone brightly. What their chi masters needed most was this kind of spirit strain. They could use it to practice many skills. The little sisters around Bai Ling were about to use secret methods to collect the spirit plants. Bai Ling said sharply, "Wait." Boom. Deep in the valley, a golden light rose into the sky. That was a thunder cannon. Across miles and miles. Without any reason, he came with a blast. Shikigami Tenyu, Fire Dragon King, come out. Shikigami Tenyu appeared and slashed with his sword. A sword flash collided with the golden dragon cannon. As a result, the sword light was shattered. Good guy, it's probably the peak quasi-war god who took action. You guys find a place to hide. Lin Chuan immediately started giving. Wow, with him as the center of the circle, a portable halo with a diameter of 1 kilometer appeared. Lin Chuan sacrificed 8 pagodas at the same time. Buzz. The 8 pagodas glowed all over, the tower shook, and circles of silver ripples rippled out. Shikigami Tenyu, who was within the range, was immediately blessed by the effect of the 8 pagodas. Boom! The dragon cannon bombarded Shikigami Tenyu's body. A small golden mushroom cloud appears. When the smoke dissipated, Shikigami Tenyu was intact. The existence in the valley let out a light sigh. Did your attack fail? Wow! The valley in the distance exploded, and a golden arc passed through the sky. Then, the Electric Dragon King fell in front of Lin Chuan and others. That is a young dragon man who has transformed. Her long golden hair was spread out, her roots sparkling and translucent, her body was wrapped in lightning arcs, and she was wearing a pair of golden armor. He looked haughty and crossed his arms. It's interesting. It's been a long time since I've encountered an enemy that I can take advantage of. Lin Chuan immediately opened his golden eyes and cast a reconnaissance look at the Electric Dragon King. Name: Electric Dragon King Ao Tian. Level: 50 Quasi-God of War Peak. Type: Dragon Clan, Storm Electric Dragon. Health value: 5 billion. Attributes: Strength 150,000, Defense 250,000, Speed 10,000, Intelligence 150,000. Talent: King level Electric Dragon Power, Dragon God Transformation, Thunder and Lightning Dragon Breath, Thunder Power. Skills: Thunder, Dragon Cannon, Lightning Strike, Electric Dragon Finger. Origin: in the Broken Dragon Tomb, the Storm Electric Dragon, who has the royal bloodline of the dragon world, can transform into human form and dragon form at will. In him, there is a secret of the Shattered Dragon Tomb. If you can defeat it, you may be able to obtain the secret. Combat Strength Assessment: 1500 stars. It is indeed strong. Attributes such as strength and defense are 5 times that of Shikigami Tenyu. And the talent is also extremely terrifying. Able to transform between human and dragon forms at will. Electric Dragon was excited. It turned into a golden electric light and rushed towards Shikigami Tenyu. The two fought wildly, and the Fire Dragon King and the other 8 electric dragons also joined the battle group. For an Electric Dragon King of this level, ordinary undead archers are useless. This is the pinnacle contest between quasi-war gods. Bang bang bang. Explosions continued in the sky. Boom, boom. In the battle between the quasi-war gods, ordinary people can't see their movements at all. I saw figures constantly intertwining in the sky, and then huge air explosions exploded one after another. Lightning surged wildly, overwhelming the sky. The sword shines horizontally and vertically, its edge is peerless. There were hundreds of fierce battles at one go, and the Electric Dragon King became more and more frightened as he fought. His own attributes and combat power were clearly superior to those of Shikigami Tenyu, but he still had a strange feeling. It was as if all the attacks had been absorbed by something. Moreover, this seemingly weak Tianyu, the damage caused by attacking him was extremely painful. He doesn't understand this Shikigami Tenyu. After all, he exists in the dragon world. Guess this Tianyu has some special talent for restraining dragons. But why couldn't he handle the other electric dragons and the Fire Dragon King? Ao Tian even doubted whether he was at the peak of the quasi-god of war. Ao Tian stared at the electric dragons. You actually betrayed me. Electric Dragon. Dragon Choi Ming Lord, how can you talk about betrayal? The other electric dragon cursed. You live in this valley every day, enjoying the best quality lightning spiritual plants alone, while we have to work hard and fight with the dragons in other territories. We have always sacrificed everything for you, but what have you done for us? Ao Tian was furious. How outrageous. I am the Storm Lightning Dragon King of royal blood. The fact that you can do things for me is a blessing that you have cultivated for 8 lifetimes. How dare you complain? Forget it, I will kill and devour all of you and those few human beings today. You actually fought with a few of you idiots for so long. You all die. One finger of the electric dragon. Ao Tian's long golden hair danced fiercely, and the strong wind overflowed. He was enraged and pressed down with one finger. Boom. In the sky, a dragon finger made of golden thunder and lightning instantly condensed. It is extremely strong, over 100 feet in size, and its fingerprints are all visible. Falling from the sky, dragging golden thunder arcs all over the sky, it came oppressively. This move is terrifying, capable of completely plowing and destroying Fang Yuan for several miles. Luo Lin, Zhao Cheng and others' pupils were shocked. The quasi-war god-level electric dragon king is so terrifying. How to stop such a finger? Even the chi machine pressing down from the thundering fingers had penetrated their spirits, and they were so oppressed that they could hardly move. On the other hand, Bai Ling was better, and he immediately tried his best to use the mental energy shield. Roar! Bai Ling roared like a lion, calling everyone's attention back. Everyone, give me a helping hand. More power is injected into the reinforced mind shield. Lin Chuan noticed that the group of people who came with him had already created protection. Only then did I feel relieved. At the same time, he said to Bai Ling. Bai Ling, how many lightning spirit strains do you have now? 132 plants. Give it all to me. When I kill this electric dragon king again, all the high-grade lightning spiritual plants here will be ours. Good. You completed the transaction with Chi Mind Master Bai Ling LV40 and you obtained the lightning spirit strain times 132. Then, he tried his best to bless Shikigami Tenyu. After all, among all the undead he summoned at the moment, Shikigami Tenyu, who was also a quasi-war god, had the strongest combat power. The Fire Dragon King just has high attributes. After all, the level is not as good as the large number of platinum-talented Tianyu. Thunder Dragon Armor. Open. This is Lin Chuan who has just obtained the platinum level talent. Immediately give blessings to Shikigami Tenyu. As a result, only 5 plants were originally enough to consume. Instantly, it improves tenfold. 50 thunder and lightning spiritual plants turned into raging thunder and lightning energy, like a surging thunder river, crossing the sky and condensing around Shikigami Tenyu. Become a blue shirt filled with electric light. On the shirt, there are intricate and domineering dragon patterns carved one after another. Floating in the wind, the power is great. The Shikigami Tengo in the background is like a law enforcement god who controls the world's thunder and punishment. In an instant, Tianyu's attributes tripled, and at the same time he was blessed by an extremely terrifying power of thunder. Attributes: Strength 30,000, right pointing arrow 90,000, Defense 50,000, right pointing arrow 150,000, Speed 10,000, right pointing arrow 30,000, Intelligence 30,000, right pointing arrow 90,000. When Tianyu was in the dungeon, he was debuffed, so his speed was only in single digits. After being resurrected by Peak, his speed has returned to normal. Such blessing. Shikigami Tenyu's combat power immediately surged to 900 stars. However, these are not enough. Super Speed Dragon Power. 1000 stars. King Level Heavenly Feather Dragon Flame. 1300 stars. Bloodshed. 1600 stars. Gold Level Dragon Skills. Burning Blood, gaining 3 times the combat power bonus. Boom. Shikigami Tenyu's body burned with red blood, and his combat power surged crazily. The 8 pagodas are doubled and opened for me. The effect once again strengthens the Thunder Dragon armor. The combat power has skyrocketed again. Of course, this is temporary combat power and cannot be used to trigger Eternal Extreme Realm rewards. Attributes: Strength 90,000, right pointing arrow 180,000, Defense 150,000, right pointing arrow 300,000, Speed 30,000, right pointing arrow 60,000, Intelligence 90,000, right pointing arrow 180,000. 1900 stars. Shikigami Tenyu's number increased from more than 600 stars to 1900 stars. All kinds of heaven-defying attribute blessings. The combat effectiveness may have increased hundreds of times. In addition, there are the ultimate effects of the 8 pagodas. 5x attack against dragons. Reduce 99.7% of the damage caused by dragons to you. Boom. The huge heavenly feather slash was several miles in size, overwhelming the sky and the earth, rushing towards the sky. Wow. The electric dragon was broken inch by inch. The electric dragon was extremely shocked. The moment the attack broke out, he used Magic Dragon Flash. His body became insubstantial for a short time, and he was able to avoid Tian Yuzan's fatal blow. The expression of the Electric Dragon King was shocked. Thunder Dragon Armor. You actually condensed the Thunder Dragon armor. If that's the case, I can't let you go. Humans, go to hell. Ao Tian's body turned into golden lightning, arcs of electricity surged in his eyes, and he smiled ferociously, with a terrifying and greedy expression on his face. One hand transformed into a dragon claw, entwined with golden thunder. He rushed to Lin Chuan and swung out his claws. He's so fast. He arrived in front of Lin Chuan almost instantly. Human, if I devour you, I can control this magical thunder skill, ha ha ha. Die, die, soul-destroying electric dragon claw. Quote. Wow, the electric dragon swung its claw towards Lin Chuan. Lin Chuan sneered and rushed forward. The electric dragon had a ferocious expression and really didn't know whether to live or die. Facing his own killing blow, not only did he not run away, he even dared to charge forward. Idiot. Dragon Flash. I can do it too. Wow. Lin Chuan's figure instantly blurred, and the blur lasted longer than the electric dragon. Avoiding the electric claw, Lin Chuan came to the electric dragon. The electric dragon king's expression was extremely shocked, and his heart was throbbing strongly. He had just used Dragon Flash, a skill that required the use of space capabilities. It consumed a lot of energy after being used and required cooling time before it could be used again. Now, the cooling isn't over yet. The electric dragon king just looked at Lin Chuan's palm mark on his body. The curse of darkness and blight. This curse is overbearing and powerful, and its effects are simply unexplainable. But it's not that easy to trick. You have to touch it with your own hands. This is also the reason why Lin Chuan can't use it right away. But this time, he was given a chance. A black dark skull mark condensed in Lin Chuan's palm. Boom! The mark was slapped on the electric dragon king. The terrible withering curse took effect immediately, and the body of the electric dragon king rapidly aged, becoming very old, and his body was so stiff that he could hardly move. All attributes, skills, talents, strength, 5 senses, physical toughness, chi and blood, magic resistance, everything has been weakened by 90%. Die to me. Aha! Shikigami Tenyu arrived behind the electric dragon king in an instant with a speed of tens of thousands. Cut it down with one knife. The arrogant quasi-war god peak electric dragon king, when he was at his most extremely weak, was instantly chopped in half, split into 2, and fell completely. You killed the quasi-god of war peak electric dragon king Ao Tian LV50, you got 50 million experience points, you got the dragon king treasure box diamond level ×1, you got a dragon scroll, you got 5000 integral. You triggered a hidden mission in Dragon Tomb. Because of the particularity of your profession, the hidden tasks have changed. After a fierce battle, Lin Chuan finally beheaded the electric dragon king Ao Tian to death. The rewards are really generous. A diamond-level treasure chest, 50 million experience points. At the same time, the news that Lin Chuan had killed the electric dragon king was also broadcast throughout the Dragon Tomb. Lin Chuan killed the electric dragon king Ao Tian LV50 and obtained the key prop, Dragon Scroll. As soon as the news broke out, all the professionals who participated in the trial in Dragon Tomb were shocked. Key props. Did this trigger some hidden mission? LV50, that's the quasi-war god level, he actually killed a quasi-war god. Is this Lin Chuan also a direct disciple of a certain big shot? Or does he have some powerful beings and prepared methods? Amazing. I've never heard of a name before, but I didn't expect that he would be the biggest dark horse in this trial. Not even the little Wuji sword master, little Vulcan and the others have not been able to kill LV50 statue first. That's amazing. Electric Dragon Territory. The Devil May Cry members of the Gao family had just besieged a small team, killed all of them, and robbed the Lightning Spirit plant. I saw the news in the blink of an eye. Gao Mingji was excited. The key prop. No matter what, we must get it. Boss, he killed a quasi-war god. It seems that it's not easy for us to deal with this kind of strength. Gao Mingji gritted his teeth. Idiot. Now we are not the only ones who have seen the broadcast. When the time comes, Xiao Wuji, Xiao Shenwang and others will probably take action. We just need to prepare the surveillance spirit and act accordingly when the time comes. Besides, I just need to accumulate enough lightning spiritual plants. Having arranged the evil god Puni's formation in advance, and with your assistance, I am fully confident that I can kill him with the help of the evil god's power. Boss, but we don't know where he is. Lin Chuan must be near the place where the black beam of light appeared before. Let's go. The 4 elite team of Liaodong province. Zhou Hoken, Tang Ji and others were shocked. How did he do it? Gem Knight Zhou Zan guessed. I guess he should have the God of War's decree or a disposable forbidden weapon in his hand. Or maybe the electric dragon king was injured, or his strength is at the bottom of the quasi-war god level. After all, even among level 70 god kings, there is still a gap in strength. From the bottom of their hearts, they didn't want to believe in Lin Chuan's power. At this time, there is still an illusion that I can do anything about the electric dragon king. Fire Dragon Territory. The little Vulcan, who had burning red hair and eyebrows made of flames, pushed with his hands, and a red pillar of fire shot into the sky. He delivered the final blow to the quasi-war god-level Fire Dragon King in front of him. Boom! The Fire Dragon King was killed, and the little Vulcan raised his hand to absorb all the flames from the Fire Dragon King. Immediately afterwards, his eyes burst into red light. After killing the Fire Dragon King and picking up the props, the little fire god Huangju smiled mockingly to himself. I'm actually one step slower than others. And my luck is so bad. The key props didn't appear here. But it doesn't matter. As long as it appears, it doesn't matter who has it temporarily. At the same time, the little god King Chenmo, the little martial King Wuma and others also quickly took action to kill the hostile monsters, and then ran towards the electric dragon territory to find Lin Chuan. Bai Ling, let's act quickly. Now that the announcement has been broadcast, it is estimated that the electric dragon territory will be lively soon. Masters from all sides must come. Lin Chuan was not clear about other top strengths at first. But then it was discovered that 3 people appeared in the broadcast, killing the quasi-war god Dragon King one after another. The strength of these top geniuses who are 1 in a million and come from a big family is indeed not incomparable. Before Unified Awakening, they may have reached LV35 or even LV40, and have accumulated enough experience points. After Awakening, all kinds of skills are immediately maxed out. He started many years earlier than Lin Chuan, and he has all kinds of top-level equipment and has learned top-level skills. The strength is naturally terrifying. For example, the most powerful Xiao Wu King and Xiao God King have a combat power approaching 1,300 stars. But they have a 1,000-star combat power of level 40. As for Bai Ling, who is also the little X-King, why is he so much weaker than them? The reason is very simple. In addition to being a powerful output player, Qigong Master is actually a senior auxiliary profession. People give him the nickname, Light Soldier. A Nian Qi Master who can fight and assist is actually no worse than a pure combat system in terms of role in the team. Lin Chuan naturally knew that most of the people might be rushing over now. Some people may even want to snatch his key props. Lin Chuan immediately speeded up his work. Hide task changes. He doesn't even know what the mission is. What the hell is that? However, the last hidden mission, Shikigami Tenyu, allowed him to obtain a diamond-level equipment, the Codex of Hell. There was a hidden mission to do, and it was the entire dragon tomb, so Lin Chuan was naturally delighted. He opened the dragon scroll he had obtained. The words on it were densely packed, and there were some patterns drawn on them that Lin Chuan didn't recognize at all. Fire Dragon King, please translate. What does this mean? Yes. At first glance, the Fire Dragon King's expression was shocked. Master, this contains a secret treasure house on the 2nd floor of the Dragon Tomb. Are you sure you want me to tell you directly here? Lin Chuan, just say it. Bai Ling and others are all friends. Furthermore, the Lightning Spirit Strain and Platinum level skill grant provided by Bai Ling also played a huge role in being able to kill the Electric Dragon King this time. Otherwise, Lin Chuan would most likely not be a match for the Electric Dragon King. Without the gift, the 600-star Shikigami Tenyu, how could he defeat the 1,500-star Electric Dragon King? As for the existence of the treasure house, what's the problem if they know about it? Anyway, the baby is collected by me in the end. The Fire Dragon King spoke eloquently. The things recorded above are about Ao Tian and his father. There are 2 large populations living in Broken Dragon Tomb. One side is a descendant of the Furious Winged Dragon, and the other is a descendant of the Storm Electric Dragon. The battle between the 2 was endless. In the end, Ao Tian's father was killed by the Fire Dragon's ultimate leader, the Flame Dragon King on the 2nd floor. Quote, a war god level dragon already possesses the attribute of immortality. After being killed, the body will enter a deep sleep. If you cultivate for enough time, you can revive again. In order to prevent Nao Xing from constantly resurrecting and challenge himself, the Flame Disaster Dragon King separated Nao Xing's soul and body separately and placed them in his 2 treasure houses as trophies. After thousands of years of hard work, the Electric Dragon clan finally investigated the location of the 2 treasure houses. This Ao Tian is preparing to practice and evolve. He will find opportunities in the future to follow the map to find the treasure house and snatch back his father's soul and body. This Ao Tian is actually a filial son. After the Fire Dragon King finished speaking, Lin Chuan immediately triggered 3 options. Option 1. Enter the second floor and hand out Tian's body and map to the Flame Disaster Dragon King. The Flame Disaster Dragon King will give you a reward and gain additional favorability from the giant dragon. Option 2. Bring the map and enter the second floor to find the Dragon Treasure House rewards. Special profession. Trigger additional option 3. Resurrect Ao Tian, then enter the second floor and resurrect the Storm Dragon King Ao Xing together. You will receive a reward from Ao Xing and goodwill with the ancient dragons. Oh ho, is there still a choice? Lin Chuan himself wanted to resurrect Ao Tian. After all, he was a 1500-star quasi-war god. Once resurrected, Lin Chuan's combat power will be greatly improved. Ao Tian, get up. Lin Chuan switched the soul chain to the Fire Dragon King and increased the blue bar. Then cast the technique of resurrection. Rolling black mist swirled out of his hand, wrapping around Ao Tian's body that was split into 2. You resurrected the Electric Dragon King Ao Tian LV50, and you obtained the talent, King Level Golden Thunder Super Platinum Level. King Level Golden Thunder. The most powerful thunder and lightning power that can only be mastered by the royal bloodline of the Storm Dragon clan, with an additional plus 500 electrical attribute. Afterwards, the corpse was reorganized and Ao Tian opened his eyes. Ao Tian, I have met you, sir. Ao Tian half knelt on the ground, cupped his fists and said respectfully. Bai Ling and others were shocked. The Electric Dragon King, who was aloof and arrogant just now, has now become Lin Chuan's subordinate. Just kneel down. Lin Chuan's necromantic skill is so buggy. Lin Chuan nodded. Very good, surrender to me, fight for me, and I will take you to find your father. What, master, can you take me to find my father? Thank you, master. Ao Tian was so excited that he was trembling all over when he heard that he was going to find his father. It seems that he loves his father very much. Is it this scene that makes Lin Chuan feel a little strange? It feels a bit like the dragon version of, "Where are we going, Dad?" Okay, stand up, stop kneeling. Thank you, Lord. Ao Tian then stood up and said excitedly, when that old thing is resurrected, I can gain benefits through the Storm Dragon's family bloodline talent. Haha, by then, my combat power will have increased by at least 30%. Good guy, what kind of deep love between father and son? It turns out it's to become stronger. This is a bit filial. Lin Chuan rolled his eyes and said in surprise, if your father recovers, can you also improve your combat power? Ao Tian explained. Yes, Lord, we are a noble dragon clan with royal bloodline, as long as there are powerful beings alive in the family. The descendants of the clan will be able to receive power distribution. At the same time, it will also provide various benefits to powerful beings. This is a talent of our Imperial Blood Dragon clan. Quote. So that's it, which is equivalent to saying that there is still a bond between father and son. Not bad. Lin Chuan immediately switched his soul chain to Ao Tian. This peak quasi-god of war is Lin Chuan's current strongest undead. Soul chain gold level as a 30% attribute effect bonus. Lin Chuan directly gained a huge amount of benefits from Ao Tian. Let's look at the properties again. Attributes. Strength 4853.5 plus 45,000, Speed 4971.5 plus 3000, Defense 4795.2 plus 75,000, Wisdom 5365 plus 45,000. Absolutely terrifying bonus. His attributes are already on par with those of the top quasi-war gods among humans. And after possessing Ao Tian's undead, Lin Chuan's personal combat power surged to 1875 stars. This is normal. Ao Tian himself provided 1,500 stars. All the remaining undead, plus Lin Chuan's talent gain, increased by more than 300 stars on the basis of 1,500. Don't look at Lin Chuan's combat power rating, most of it comes from the undead. But his true combat power is completely justified. Even higher than on paper. With tens of thousands of intelligence, strength, and physical data bonuses, Lin Chuan felt that his physical strength was extremely strong at this moment. His body seemed to contain the power to blow up the earth with one punch. Of course, this feeling is a bit exaggerated, but it is not difficult to explode a mountain with one punch. After receiving the blessing of the Electric Dragon King, Lin Chuan's golden pupils also received a temporary and substantial gain. His pupils glowed golden and he looked around. The ability to destroy illusions and pretense is activated. Sure enough, some professionals from other countries were observed in the surrounding areas, on some beaches and behind rocks. These professionals are all ready to go. Good guy. Are these professionals coming to grab key props? But he didn't dare to take action. Well, I'll give you a chance to take action. Lin Chuan pretended not to know the existence of enemies around him, and at the same time, the secret message was transmitted to everyone. We're surrounded. They are professionals from several other small countries. Don't react, don't make any noise. You guys should be careful around you and continue to do what you need to do. I'll lure them into action and make some money along the way. After the secret message was passed on, Lin Chuan spoke up. Okay, everyone, hurry up and collect the lightning spiritual plants. It's not early, the transmission channel will be open soon. We have to get out before darkness covers the land. Dragon Tomb at night is like the Dark Knight in Don't Starve game. Extremely dangerous. Must leave before dark, otherwise, even those at the God of War level may die here. When darkness falls, the invisible signs of disaster in the Dragon Tomb will revive. Everyone, get moving, poof. Lin Chuan stumbled and a large mouthful of blood spurted out from his mouth. One of them couldn't stand still, but fortunately Ao Tian came up and held him in time. Zhao Cheng looked panicked and hurriedly screamed and said, "Brother, what's wrong with you? Bai Ling, Lin Chuan, are you injured?" Lin Chuan raised his hand, his face was pale and he said a little weakly. "It doesn't matter. The battles along the way have consumed a lot of energy. In addition, I suffered some injuries from the battle with Ao Tian. I need to recuperate. I will recover in a while." Ao Tian blinked, a little confused. He didn't remember that he had ever attacked his master. Why did the master suddenly and inexplicably get seriously injured and became extremely weak? "Bai Ling, are you really okay?" "It's okay, PFFT." Lin Chuan sprayed again. A large amount of blood dripped on the ground, and Lin Chuan looked as if he was about to die. "You guys hurry up and collect the spirit beads, otherwise there will be too many people here and it will be difficult to collect them. Well, if anything happens, you must call us, don't force it." Everyone took action, and after showing his absolute strength, Lin Chuan had become the backbone of the team. Whether it is Luo Lin Zhao Cheng or the beautiful Qi masters of the Bai family, Lin Chuan is the only one who follows his lead. The work of collecting lightning spirit strains. He left it to his 8-headed electric dragon and the electric dragon King Ao Tian. Thunder flows in their blood, and it is easy to control thunder and lightning. Lorraine did not leave. Crossing his arms, he stood beside Lin Chuan. Like a beautiful female knight who loyally protects the king. Lin Chuan, "Lorraine, why didn't you collect spiritual plants?" Lorraine frowned and said, "Lin Chuan, you are too reluctant today. After all, you are only level 20. Your body will not be able to handle such an overloaded operation. And there was such a big commotion before, plus that broadcast, I guess a large number of experts will come over soon. You are like this now, how can you withstand it?" Lin Chuan smiled helplessly. "If I can't bear it, I have to fight hard. What can I do?" The two of them were talking openly, but in fact they were also having a secret conversation in their hearts. "Lorraine, would it look too fake if we removed everyone?" Single quote. Lin Chuan responded jokingly, "Oh, that makes sense. But I have to suspect that you are adding drama to yourself." Single quote. "TCH, how about it? I'm not a bad actor, right?" Single quote. "Not only is it not bad, it is simply very good. Some people can't help but take action." Single quote. "If Lin Chuan catches them one by one, it would be troublesome, and some of them might be let go. But if they take the initiative, Lin Chuan is sure to get an ace group annihilation." Wow! Behind Lin Chuan, the earth surged like water waves. Suddenly, the water splashes. A masked professional with green skin looks like a ninja turtle. Bald head, holding a hook knife in his hand. As soon as he appeared, he stabbed Lin Chuan's vest directly. It turned out to be the profession of water ghost in the country of cutting the kidney. "Ha ha ha, necromancer, how does it feel to be approached by an assassin? How does it feel?" The water ghost laughed and spoke fluent Chinese. Because many copies are in Chinese, all countries in the world are learning Chinese. For highly intelligent professionals, learning a language is easy. And if you find it troublesome, just use the skill stone to master it. Lin Chuan immediately turned around, his eyes gleaming with golden light. In his eyes, several invisible water ghosts behind the water ghost also appeared in his eyes one by one. This attack is just a feint. Once Lin Chuan takes action and there is a flaw, other water ghosts will immediately appear and launch a fatal blow to Lin Chuan. Lin Chuan's physical condition was perfect, with tens of thousands of points in each attribute, which couldn't be better. And the blood volume is as high as 1.3 billion. The various resistance levels are also ridiculously high. But on the surface, he looked surprised and angry. Who are you and why did you attack me? Laugh. Lin Chuan was deliberately hit by the water ghost's hook knife, bringing up a cloud of bright red blood. Of course, not his blood. It was him who passed through the undead channel and used the blood released by the undead. Lin Chuan fell back, looking exhausted. At this moment, not only the water ghost, but also many professionals who were watching and preparing to take action were excited. Disabled. Absolutely terrible. I can dodge the hook of the water ghost, but he can't even dodge it. Responsiveness and physical fitness have been greatly weakened. He is completely useless. Let's get in quickly, otherwise he will have helpers when Bai Ling and the others come back. Don't worry yet. A skinny camel is bigger than a horse. Those water ghosts shouldn't be able to kill him. Let them wear it out first, and we Oriole will be behind. Lin Chuan looked angry and covered his wound. It's not that easy to kill me. Even if I die, I will drag you to be buried with me. Burn the essence and blood. Fight with all your strength. Laugh. The water ghost attacks again, and at the same time, the water ghosts around him take action. Shark. Looking for his prey. I'll drag you down. Go to hell. Lin Chuan. Attack after attack hit Lin Chuan. Lin Chuan gritted his teeth, red light surged around his body, and he grabbed the hook-lock knife that was cutting over. Then tens of thousands of points of strength attributes were activated. With a strong pull, he pulled the water ghost directly in front of him. Boom! One punch struck, and the sound was loud. The strong impact force penetrated the body of the water ghost and directly caused a big explosion. The body of the water ghost was instantly torn apart. Flesh and blood flying everywhere. HMPH. Kill you before the burning essence and blood state ends. Thunder. Boom boom boom. In the sky, several golden lightning arcs hundreds of meters long struck down. After obtaining the king-level golden thunder, Lin Chuan's lightning skills also underwent transformation again. Bang bang bang. All the water ghosts were instantly killed by lightning and their bodies were blown to pieces. However, the storage modules and equipment on his body were intact and suspended above the body. At this moment, professionals outside who want to take action but have not yet taken action are a little confused. Why is he so aggressive? Is this a necromancer? I think he is a necromancer. He can punch a water ghost with one punch. Is he really seriously injured? Gao Mingji and his group were also hiding more than 10 miles away, using surveillance spirits to observe. Boss, what should we do now? Gao Mingji and the others arrived relatively late and did not see the fight between Lin Chuan and Ao Tian. At this moment, Gao Mingji frowned, and he couldn't tell whether Lin Chuan was injured or not. Suddenly, Lin Chuan was stabbed in the back again. It was a water ghost he left behind on purpose. This knife cut off 300 drops of his blood. 1.3 billion health, only 1.299999700 left. Lin Chuan stumbled forward, turned around and punched the enemy to death again. He covered his mouth and spat out a large mouthful of blood. It seemed that the burning essence and blood state was about to end. The red light on his body flickered faintly, just like the flashing light on Ultraman's chest. It means that the strength is about to be exhausted, about to be weak, about to fall. Puff. It's not that easy to kill me. Lin Chuan said decisively. The hidden professionals stared at Lin Chuan and suddenly became excited. The effect of burning essence and blood is about to end. He is definitely seriously injured and cannot hold on anymore. The end of that state will be his death. Let's go up, grab the key props, and leave immediately. The second wave of killers appeared and went up with a strong A. This time, it was ascetics, warrior monks and other professionals from India. As soon as he takes action, he will unleash his murderous moves. This group of monks has unparalleled physical strength, and most of their innate skills also benefit the physical body. Their normal attacks contain great power. Seeing that Lin Chuan was weak at this moment, he took action immediately. We must be the first to steal the key props from Lin Chuan. There are countless treasures in the great secret realm of Dragon Tomb, and the value of the treasures recognized by heaven as key props can be imagined. This group of Tianju monks immediately became greedy. They were afraid that too many masters would come soon, so they quickly took action. Lin Chuan, hand over the key props of Dragon Tomb and I can spare your life. You are seriously injured now, and there is no chance to take the dragon scroll out. You don't want to be buried in the wilderness, Lin Chuan. Hand it over obediently. Lin Chuan narrowed his eyes and restrained his murderous intent. You want to steal my treasure? You don't have to live anymore. The Tianju warrior was furious. If you don't eat the toast, you will be punished with alcohol. Ga, let's attack with all our strength. Kill him. Tianju bull demonic fist. Vajra Buddha fingers. Great hands of mercy. The shadow of the stick weighs 100 times. More than a dozen Tianju monks took action with all their strength. The golden Buddha light appeared, and the swastika characters were prominent in the sky. Boom boom boom. The golden Buddha's palm, Buddha's fist, and stick shadow hit Lin Chuan's Tianling cap, damaging all his vitals. This group of Tianju monks only has a combat strength of over 100 stars. But I have to say that their martial arts Buddha boxing is very exquisite. The cooperation between them actually forced Lin Chuan to use 1% of his strength. If Lin Chuan used King-level Golden Thunder or King-level Heavenly Feather Dragon Flame, he could kill them at will. But don't kill too fast, otherwise you won't be able to catch the fish behind. A dozen rounds of confrontation. Boom! Lin Chuan struck out with a straight punch, blowing the entire head of a monk in front of him. Then he sucked it in with his hand and took it into the endless and vast space of the dead. He used the technique of resuscitation again. You resurrected the monk Jabba LV31, and you obtained the gold-level martial arts skill, Great Mercy Hand LV4. A large number of martial arts memories appeared in Lin Chuan's mind. Resurrecting the real person requires consuming Lin Chuan's own life force. But fortunately, the martial arts skills extracted are also good. You actually killed my brother Jabba. Lin Chuan, where did you take my brother? Ah, even if a god comes today, he can't save you. Quote. Bright Fist. The leader of the Tianju monks, his shirt fell off, revealing his lean body covered in self-inflicted scars. His fists burst out with holy light. Terrible power surged in his hands. With a roar, he used all his magic power to punch Lin Chuan. Lin Chuan sneered, these Tianju monks today are his free-living sandbags. Just in time to hone your fighting instincts and master new martial arts combat skills. Great Hands of Mercy. Call. Lin Chuan pushed out with a palm, a huge golden palm print, blessed by 50,000 intelligence attributes. It's as solid as a real giant's hand. Boom. The leader of Tianju was killed instantly. Lin Chuan sucked his hand, absorbing all the remains of his body into the space of the dead, and then resurrected him. Lin Chuan was baptized in the dragon marrow and reached the 20th level of the eternal realm. In this trial, his vitality has increased dramatically. And he can upgrade to LV30 at any time. After upgrading, you can get more lifespan. Therefore, the cost of resurrecting these miscellaneous fish now is acceptable to him. You resurrected the ascetic LV33 Golmud, and you obtained the gold-level martial arts skill, Bright Fist LV3. Another initiation with a lot of martial arts experience. Lin Chuan's eyes were bright, and his powerful intelligence allowed him to quickly comprehend, deduce and completely digest the Guangming Fist in his mind. After dozens of rounds of fighting, Lin Chuan inflicted several more injuries on his body and killed all the people in the group. After killing everyone this time, Lin Chuan fell backward and leaned against a boulder. Breathing heavily, the red light burning essence and blood on his body kept flickering on and off. This time, the besieging professionals had fiery eyes, but they also had hesitation in their hearts. Can't get on. He seems to be dying. Is it true or false? Why do I feel like he is fishing? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Those monks in Tianju are too weak. Each of them only has more than 100-star combat power. Naturally, they cannot deal with Lin Chuan. After today, when he recovers, there will really be no chance. But when this guy kills people, he is too sharp, one move at a time, it doesn't look weak. The trapped beast still fights, let's shine again. This is a rare opportunity. Give it a try and your bicycle will turn into a motorcycle, and your motorcycle will turn into a Rambo. Side by shoulder. Kill him while he's sick. Charge. This time, 3 waves of people rushed out from the southeast, northwest, and at once. There are almost all professions, including a team from unknown province in Daxia, which has also taken action. The swordsman's sword light, the mage's thunder ball, the gunner's laser cannon. Everyone was ready to take Lin Chuan's life as soon as they took action. Prepare to kill Lin Chuan, wait for the props to explode from the corpse, and take them away immediately. Facing the siege from all directions, Bai Ling sent a message. Can you withstand it? Single quote. Lin Chuan's voice message responded, sprinkle some water. Single quote. Boom. Lin Chuan stretched out his hands, and a force field shield appeared, blocking all attacks. Then, the shield exploded and smoke billowed. At this time, some snake control masters from Baixiang Kingdom actually stepped on large pythons that were more than 10 feet long. Instead of attacking Lin Chuan, they rushed towards the corpse that Lin Chuan had killed earlier. Want to grab those storage modules and equipment. The people who come in are all geniuses. Although there are differences between superiors and inferiors, the storage modules of geniuses are still very valuable. Lin Chuan's eyes turned red when he saw someone snatching food from his tiger's mouth and trying to steal his treasure. Murderous intent fills the field. Bright fist. Lin Chuan rushed out of the billowing smoke. The man was high in the sky, punching fiercely with his fists. The Tianju ascetic can only punch with all his strength, because this martial skill consumes too much. But Lin Chuan punched dozens of times in one breath, and every punch flame was filled with the energy of king-level golden thunder. Boom boom boom. Under a violent attack, all the bones of the warriors from the White Elephant Kingdom were gone, and even the giant python beneath them was instantly killed into scum. After killing all the people, Lin Chuan sucked his hand and took away all the storage modules and equipment. However, the moment hundreds of gold-level equipment flew over, the 8 pagodas on Lin Chuan's body immediately sensed it. Fly out. With a very anthropomorphic inhale, the opening at the bottom of the tower looks like a big mouth, bursting out with infinite suction. Directly absorb and devour all those equipment. Babu Pagoda absorbed 350 pieces of gold-level equipment LV30, and its grade was upgraded from diamond level 0% to diamond level 7.3%. What? Lin Chuan's eyes were surprised. It turns out that the 8 pagodas can also be upgraded in this way. By absorbing and swallowing other equipment, the grade can be upgraded. Lin Chuan remembered that if the 8 pagodas were upgraded to the star level, he would be able to obtain a palm technique from the highest heaven, the Great Pagoda God-destroying palm. Eye blanch. Lin Chuan became excited, originally thinking that he would need to consume astronomically high-priced materials. Unexpectedly, now I have found a new way. It is possible to complete this mission. After a few minutes of fighting, Lin Chuan, hardly, killed everyone who attacked him. He lay completely on his back, as if he couldn't move. His body was still flashing red light. This time, the professionals who besieged and hidden were completely speechless. Won't they all be fooled? Is this Lin Chuan not seriously injured at all? Why was he so fierce? Everyone was killed by him. Why isn't he dead yet? Can someone burn essence and blood for such a long time? It almost burned for 20 minutes. It's too outrageous. The red light on his body kept flashing and never stopped. Is he really unable to hold on anymore? 2 more waves of people rushed forward, and a few minutes later, they were shot to death by Lin Chuan again with great difficulty. 2 more waves of deaths. I doubt he can dodge all day long. What do you mean? Do you still want to take action? The remaining professionals were hesitating. A loud laugh attracted everyone's attention. Ha ha ha. Lin Chuan, I don't care if you are really weak or are you still fishing here. But this time, you're finished. Array up. Just as Lin Chuan was fighting with the professionals, the Devil May Cry members of the Gao family had already deployed a complete Evil God Puni formation and various auxiliary ghost formations in the valley. In the valley, huge circular formations overlap and emerge. Arrays of light of various colors soar into the sky. Red, green, purple, blue, all kinds of colors. Kazan of the soul of the blade. The general cruelty of erosion. Saya of ice crystal. Plague Rakshasa. Kalama of blood river. These are the top formations in the Devil May Cry skill tree. Gao Mingji sneered. Lin Chuan, your personality is too arrogant. You don't know that there are people outside the world and there is a sky outside the world. I hope you can get rid of this bad habit next time you are reincarnated. In the magic circle, one after another array of ghosts and evil spirits came towards Lin Chuan to kill him. Kazan, the sword soul, is a huge orange shadow, wearing armor, like a giant god. Holding a giant broken sword, he slashed it down with extremely terrifying power. Boom! The earth shook violently, a hole was torn out in the ground, hundreds of meters long, and rocks flew into the sky. As expected, the evil god formation summoned by the Gao family, which they gathered their family strength together, is indeed powerful. At this moment, the little god King Chen Mo, the little marshal King Wuma and others also rushed to the scene. They each held their arms and stepped on the void, suspended in the sky, watching the duel between Lin Chuan and the Gao family. The little god king is dressed in white gold armor, with long hair standing on end, just like the unparalleled white-robed young general in ancient times. Gathering together a family, sacrificing tens of thousands of crystals, hundreds of soul crystals, and constructing the coming ceremony of the evil god is indeed quite interesting. Xiao Wu Wang, Xiao Wuji, who do you think can win between these two parties? Huang Ju was wearing loose black sonda clothes that were in tatters. He put his hands in his pockets and looked bored, saying, who wins is none of my business. If they are not as good as me, I will definitely grab the Dragon Clan ancient scroll. If you are better than me, just pretend that I have never been here. Quote. The main character of King Xiao Wu is that he bullies the weak, fears the strong and is truthful. Xiao Wuji Li Yi, wearing a green shirt and compound eye goggles, replied. The Gao family's Devil May Cry's core formation has not yet been activated, but it already has this kind of power. I think the Gao family has a better chance of winning. Little Vulcan, what do you think? The little Vulcan, his feet rising into flames, hung high in the air, his eyes wrinkled. He wanted to check Lin Chuan's personal information, but found that it was full of question marks. Even using the Eye of Insight talent, it doesn't work. Nothing found. I can only say that this Lin Chuan is extraordinary. Xiao Wuji was speechless. This was no nonsense. How could an ordinary person kill the quasi-war god-level Dragon King? Lin Chuan dodged sideways. The Lutang Gao family, I think I have never provoked you. Ever since I came in, you have been waiting for an opportunity to take action against me. Now in order to grab the dragon scroll in my hand, I have spent a huge amount of colorless crystals and soul crystals to form a large array. Good, very good. Since you worship the evil god so much, then I will send you to see him in person. Lin Chuan strolled in the ghost array, as if he had entered a no-man's land, relaxed and at ease, and at the same time, he could find time to respond domineeringly. Kazan's attack power is very strong, but it can't hit Lin Chuan at all. Gao Mingji was furious and ordered everyone in the Gao family. Attack with all your strength. Activate all the evil god's power. The Gao family's Devil May Cryers immediately activated their secret techniques. The light of the magic formula was penetrated into the formation by them. At the same time, the airflow consuming the colorless crystals surged crazily. Wow! Bingjing Saya immediately took action, and the dark blue evil spirit god raised his hand. The ice and snowstorm that filled the sky was summoned by her and gathered into a huge storm. She threw him towards Lin Chuan, trying to swallow him up and freeze him. Fire Dragon King. Lin Chuan snapped his fingers. The undead teleportation skill is activated. Behind you. Immediately, a majestic 2-star Fire Dragon King appeared. Roar. As soon as the Fire Dragon King appeared, he immediately spit out dragon flames to fight against the wind and snow. He actually stood up to the evil god. Plague. Erosion. Hand of Blood River. Other formations erupted. The power of green erosion broke out, and the spell that reduced people's mental power and weakened their bodies spread towards Lin Chuan. At the same time, in the plague formation, thousands of imps transformed into purple poisonous mist were grabbing at Lin Chuan with their claws and fangs. In addition, there were red bloody hands hundreds of meters long, grabbing at Lin Chuan. At the same time, Gao Mingji also took action. He drank a bottle of forbidden potion. His fighting power surged, and his whole body seemed to be transformed into a demon. Horns grew on his head, and the ghost hands on his body became even more ferocious, wrapped with purple thunder. The evil god Puni's formation. Open. Among all the ghost formations, the purple evil thunder god at the center finally opened his eyes. Afterwards, Puni wrapped around Gao Mingji, as if he and Gao Mingji had merged into one. Soul-eating ghost slash. Evil thunder. Boom. Gao Mingji smashed it down with a knife. The purple thunderstorm turned into a huge 40-meter-long knife shadow, which struck Lin Chuan like a mountain. Lin Chuan, how can you stop this move of mine? Lin Chuan. Ha ha ha, Gao Mingji, you were right. I'm definitely fishing, but I didn't expect that I could catch the entire Gao family, these stupid, brainless fish. You dare to deal with me with your little tricks. You're so stupid that you're asking for your own death. To deal with you, I don't need to take action myself. Snapped. Lin Chuan snapped his fingers again, and then the electric dragon King Aotian, with blonde hair and thunder wrapped around his body, appeared behind him. Master, I can't wait for a long time. Playing with thunder and lightning in front of me. Kill. Electric dragon blasting cannon. The electric dragon king blasted with both fists, unleashing a series of shocking thunder fists. The golden fist flames hit Gao Mingji's thunder knife. Bang! The phantom of the 40-meter sword collapsed instantly. Gao Mingji was extremely shocked, his scalp was numb, and huge fear enveloped his heart. Aotian is full of fighting spirit and has 1500 stars of combat power. Lin Chuan will give it to him if he can add the Thunder Dragon jersey and Violent Blood. His combat power can instantly surge to 1900 stars. Boom. Kill with one punch. Blade Soul Kazan was destroyed. The second Thunder Fist. Another evil god's shadow shattered. Boom boom boom. Thunder and Lightning Puni was riddled with holes, and then exploded, turning into the essence of thunder and lightning debris that filled the sky. As a result, the electric dragon King Aotian opened his mouth and sucked it in, absorbing it beautifully and swallowing it up. Your undead electric dragon King Aotian LV50 swallowed Puni's evil thunder. Complete the thunder law. Combat strength increased by 55 stars again. Dragons have the ability to devour evolution. Lin Chuan already knew this. At this moment, Aotian swallowed the thunder and lightning, and his combat power was directly increased to 1555 stars. After all the evil gods were killed, the remaining members of the Gao family were already trembling with fear and no longer had the strength to resist. Gao Mingji didn't want to die. He immediately panicked and shouted to the sky. Little God King, Little King Wu, Little Fire God, Little Wuji, please save me. The Gao family will give you a big thank you later. Lin Chuan's fighting power has shocked these people. Xiao Wuji didn't want to take action. He was not sure whether he was Aotian's opponent. And Lin Chuan hasn't shown his final trump card yet. At this moment, the top few people were already a little wary of Lin Chuan. King Xiao Wu. Hey. Trouble, I guess I have no chance with that ancient scroll. If you can't save him, you can't save him. Let him die. King Xiao Wu waved his hand and said lazily. In his opinion, Lin Chuan is absolutely powerful. If we had to fight, it might take a long time to decide the winner, which would be too troublesome. He would only take action if a blow could last seconds. Chen Mo, the little god king, turned his eyes. This was a good opportunity to make friends with the Gao family, and even recruit people like the Gao family under his command. Gao Mingji, are you willing to follow me? Gao Mingji was overjoyed and had a chance to be saved. Lin Chuan is a killer. Some of the previous professionals in Daxia were beaten into scum by him. Gao Mingji and other members of his Gao family immediately expressed their opinions. Little God King, as long as you save us, we will definitely follow you. The little God King nodded with satisfaction. Okay, but then I want you to sign a soul contract. After all, I don't believe in verbal promises. After saying that, the little God King looked at Lin Chuan with an arrogant look and said in a commanding tone. Lin Chuan, your strength is pretty good. We are all Daxia professionals. You should have the courage to be a strong person. There is no need to go too far. In this way, give me a face and shake hands to make peace. Gao Mingji, you now give Lin Chuan a platinum level prop, and this matter has been revealed. Neither of you are allowed to have any more conflicts over this matter. Did you hear that? Listening to the words of the little God King, Lin Chuan almost became stupid. Where could such a fool come from and act like a scumbag in front of him? He looked at the little God King in surprise and responded. Who are you sending this to? Do you feel so good about yourself? What did you say? Chen Mo was shocked and couldn't believe what he heard. No one had ever dared to speak to him so rudely. Who is Chen Mo? People like Xiaonian Wang Bailing and the four elites of Liaodong province were only large families limited to one province. As for the Chen family, it is a 1,000-year-old family that is ranked among the best in the entire Great Xia. The Chen family, one of the top 10 aristocratic families, has 3 living god kings in the family. He is especially good at Taoism. In Daxia Taoism circles, there is a saying that Nan Xiao and Bei Chen are better. His father's family is already extremely powerful, and among the top genius circles, there are rumors that Chen Mo's mother is not from Blue Star. She is a young lady from a higher plane. In other words, Chen Mo's mother clan has a higher status than the Chen family. Such a genius-level figure has been promoted all the way from childhood to adulthood. He has never met an opponent, and everyone can only be afraid of him when facing him. No one has ever dared to speak to me like this. If you say it again, I will tear you apart, smash your body to pieces, and burn your soul to ashes. Chen Mo clenched his fists, and the void trembled because of his anger. Bai Ling, Luo Lin and others never expected that Lin Chuan would dare to challenge Chen Mo and even anger him. Quickly and secretly send a message to Lin Chuan. Lin Chuan, don't provoke this person. He is a genius from the top 10 families in Daxia. Not only is he powerful, but he is also equipped with diamond-level equipment. The Taoism of the Chen family is very powerful. Although this person is not the only one in his profession, his strength is terrifying. Even in the circle of geniuses, he has always been far ahead, making it difficult for anyone to catch up. Lin Chuan extracted key information from the words of Bai Ling, Luo Lin and others. This little fool named Chen Mo is actually wearing diamond-level equipment. Haha, there is really no way out of the mountains and rivers to solve the problem. It takes no effort at all. He, Lin Chuan, currently lacks top-notch equipment to upgrade the 8 pagodas of heaven and earth wonders. In other words, if Chen Mo, the little god king, is robbed, it is possible for his 8 pagodas to be upgraded to the star level. Obtain the great Buddha god-destroying palm. Chen Mo's men were also suspended in the sky, furious, and cursed Lin Chuan angrily. Lin Chuan, you little beast. You have rebelled. How dare you provoke our senior brother and the little god king? 1,000 lives won't be enough for you to die. Hurry up and kneel on the ground, abolish all your cultivation, kowtow and admit your mistake, or else your entire clan will be destroyed. I can't save you even if I'm here. Lin Chuan laughed. There are a few wild dogs around you that are barking for you. I think you should stop calling the little god king. You should change your name to the puppy king. Ha ha ha. Lin Chuan is very strong, but what is stronger than him is his sharp tongue. She has a fierce tongue war with Jin Lian, and her words are quite sharp when she trolls people. In comparison, the words of Chen Mo and his men were simply devoid of any interest or art. No, after Lin Chuan finished speaking, the expressions of many onlookers tensed up, and they were smiling nervously. Puff, some people even couldn't help but laugh out loud. What a loss to such a puppy king. Lin Chuan, you deserve to die. I will kill this vicious dog like you today. I'll peel you off and put you in a latrine. Lin Chuan didn't look at Chen Mo's younger brothers at all. How could they be worthy of talking to him? Chen Mo, you don't hear it often, so you're not used to it, right? Then I'll let you get used to it and enjoy it. Are there more people than I, Lord Yongye? You have found the wrong person. Snapped. Lin Chuan snapped his fingers. 1,000 bronze-armored warriors were summoned by him and stood in a row. Everyone listened to the order and shout together, who can you send it to? Who can you send it to? Times 1,000. Who can you send it to? Times 1,000. Who can you send it to? Times 1,000. Mountains and tsunamis of curses rushed into the sky. The bronze-armored warriors of more than 30 levels were powerful and had high physical fitness. Just picking one up and screaming with all their strength could break a person's eardrums. Not to mention 1,000 people together. At this moment, one after another, the sound is played in a loop, and the roar is loud. Even the clouds and the sky are trembling. Because of Lin Chuan, there were already a lot of people around, plus King Xiao Wu, Xiao Wuji and others. At this moment, they all couldn't laugh or cry, but at the same time they were filled with admiration. This Lin Chuan is too lively and abstract. But he does have the courage to dare to challenge even the Chen family's little god king. He is not alone, he represents the Chen family of Baikan. Lin Chuan's feat can be said to be the first of its kind in history. King Xiao Wu blocked his ears. I'll hear hallucinations soon. At this moment, Chen Mo was being mocked so hard that he was as angry as a volcano erupting. Bai Ling looked shocked and turned pale. How could Lin Chuan be so bold? This is not a back and forth trial on the brink of death. But it's already like this, what can she do? Bai Ling moved and came to Lin Chuan's side. Chen Mo became even more angry. His Majesty today seemed like a smelly shoe mat that had been stepped on repeatedly. Bai Ling, what do you mean? Do you dare to help this person? Although Bai Ling is in the 2nd grade, she is really scared now. But Lin Chuan saved her life, so how could she be embarrassed to watch a show at this time? As a person in the circle, she naturally understands Chen Mo's terror. After all, Lin Chuan saved my life this time, I can't be enough of a friend. Chen Mo, this time it's none of your business. You are the one who is arrogant and comes out to order Lin Chuan to do things. Everyone is a genius, why should we listen to you? Chen Mo was furious. Are you qualified to teach me how to do things? You still dare to stand against me and Lin Chuan? Bai Ling, although you are the daughter of the Bai family, even if I kill you, your family will not stand up for you. Are you sure you want to stand in Lin Chuan this time? He wanted to scare Bai Ling away and save face. Just stand up to Lin Chuan. What can you do? Can a genius do whatever he wants? Luo Lin also had a bad temper and stood up at this moment. Zhao Cheng's face turned pale. That's Chen Mo, you two are really not afraid of death. But along the way, Lin Chuan was indeed a brother and a friend, and he took great care of them. Otherwise, with Lin Chuan's speed, he would have collected 5 dragon marrow pools by now. And along the way, Lin Chuan shared many benefits with them. They also took them into the dragon marrow pool, enjoyed the dragon marrow baptism at the front, and also came to this high-end area to collect thunder and lightning spiritual plants. Zhao Cheng really wanted to continue to stand by Lin Chuan, but the opponent was Chen Mo, the little god king. Why is he called the little god king? It's because he is considered to be the ultimate genius destined to become a god king. There are so many people who want to die. Anyone else, please jump out. I'm going to kill all of you bugs here today. Chen Mo's voice was like a bell, spreading in all directions. Zhao Cheng sent a message to Tian Wei. Tian Wei, I listen to you, can you help me this time? Tian Weilong was extremely loyal and pushed Zhao Cheng out with his head. Chen Mo's defense was completely broken, he's on horseback. There's someone else. His eyes were full of murderous intent, and he was so angry that someone was still standing in front of Lin Chuan. What kind of personality does this guy have? Let everyone around you fear death and fight against him. Lin Chuan felt warm in his heart that there were so many people standing up for him. He knew how afraid these people were of Chen Mo, and he also knew how difficult it was for them to make their current choice of team. This is gambling on your life. Lin Chuan was very happy and laughed loudly, ha ha ha. Very good, today you stand with me, Lin Chuan, and I will never treat you badly in the future. Quote. But I don't need your action. It's enough to stand aside and shout 6. What a bullshit little god king, I'll kill the Gao family's fools in front of you first. What can you do to me? Lin Chuan hated this Chen Mo very much. He had a condescending attitude and was bossing around, just asking him to obey and behave. What do you think you are? Ever since he was transferred to the King of Eternal Night and became the Lord of the Undead, Lin Chuan had become even more disgusted with others yelling at him. Lin Chuan was extremely domineering, and the Gao family had always wanted to deal with him, and used a large formation to kill him. Still want to live? How can there be such a good thing in the world? Do you think he Lin Chuan, is a clay figure who can be bullied at will. Boom. Lin Chuan patted it with one hand. The great compassionate hand condensed the terrifying golden thunder into a huge and unparalleled golden thunder palm. It was more than 10 feet in size and fell down, instantly killing more than a dozen members of the Gao family. All kinds of shiny platinum-level equipment and weapons, storage modules exploded all over the floor. Lin Chuan sucked his hand, and all the 8 pagodas were swallowed up. Your 8 pagodas have swallowed 37 pieces of platinum-level equipment and 195 pieces of gold-level equipment. The 8 pagodas have been upgraded from diamond level 7.5% to diamond level 31.5%. Furious emotions flowed in Chen Mo's eyes. Lin Chuan, you have completely angered me this time. Your life is destined to have only one possibility left. Become the dead soul of my gun. Come out. Natural disaster gun. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.